Like,
Sure, sure. I mean, I have my dad has blonde hair though, so like for me, it's basically just kind of working its way back around, I suppose. So like my beard has a lot of blonde in it, but like my hair, there might be like one or two blonde hairs, but it's like primarily dark brown. Usually.
never gonna gray. It's gonna be the opposite.
Yeah, we'll see, we'll see. That'd be kind of cool, but yeah.
I wouldn't be upset.
Well, I will.
Now, what are we waiting for?
Mike again.
Yeah.
Summon him with music.
How are we waiting for me? I've been here asking you guys if we're ready. How are we waiting on me?
You've been muted this whole time.
I asked if we're ready, and you guys said no and started laughing.
Oh.
We're not waiting on me. Stop it.
I think we're still waiting on Mike.
Okay.
I
think I may have been mistaken.
I want to kill some damn orcs.
Yeah,
Can we,
you guys
can we,
are right.
can we do that already? Can we kill some damn orcs now?
Well, give me one second.
We have to wait till tomorrow.
See,
Sorry,
gotta-
Jackson.
I told you we gotta wait for
I don't know if I'm
Mike.
ready, guys. I
We
don't
gotta
know
wait
if
for
I'm
Mike. I told you.
I want to kill some orcs.
We have to wait till the follow-up session tomorrow, Jackson. Sorry.
Okay, see you guys tomorrow then.
It's just gonna be literally the whole just being in a boat this entire session.
Sick.
Mentally tortured for.
Okay. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna go get a beer, and then when I come back with that beer, we will start.
Okay,
Okay.
All right.
it's like we have to roleplay out every literal second of being.
No, you guys have to roleplay every step I take downstairs. So I'm gonna do that. Right now.
For the sake of brevity, Ian's already downstairs.
Doesn't mean we don't have to roleplay anymore.
We'll just pretend. We'll just pretend we're role playing until he gets back.
Just gonna keep saying memes from old campaigns until he gets back. I can think of if I can remember any of them besides Bonfire and I'm Spoderman.
I am Spoderman.
Is that me who said that? I can't even remember, but it
Yes.
sounds like it was me. It was totally me, right?
You're the only person who says Spoderman.
Shit, Discord's fucked.
For you, maybe.
It came back. Seriously cointing RTC disconnected. Know what that means. What does that mean? I don't know. I was like 99% sure I was the one saying things like, it's K and I'm Spoderman, but I couldn't remember if it was me or not. You assholes need me. On fire.
Oh, it's all over my beard now.
On fire.
Bonfire.
You know, actually, give me like 30 seconds then.
Alright.
Because we could start every session with Bonfire, you know.
You don't have to start
Oh
it
my
with bonfire. Oh my god.
I'm okay with this.
No, that's fine.
We're also still waiting on Mike again because
Yeah, because Mike is gone.
his mic is muted, so obviously he's not here.
Mike is not Mike.
Kaina Wadeworth said bonfire, bonfire.
Bonfire.
Kaina Wadeworth said flash text to speech.
Bonfire.
My biggest regret is making that.
Maya sorry for Michael said bonfire, bonfire. Where art thou, bonfire?
That's all on you, Michael. The fact that exists.
Well, it's between that and Spoderman and You Assholes Need Me, which apparently doesn't exist.
Yeah.
That's the real mix-up, man.
How did that even happen?
I mean, that's basically what he said, you know?
You just didn't say the words "you assholes need me," and I'm okay with claiming full credit for Spoderman being a meme to come out of that session.
Yeah.
I mean, you're the one who said Spoderman.
Yeah, but like I'm giving Michael some credit for Bonfire. I'm taking full credit for Spoderman.
I'm pretty sure anything could have been a meme if we spammed it hard enough.
We spammed pretty much everything we could there.
It has been a while since I've heard that.
Yep.
Fire and Spoderman are kind of the best memes I think to come out of that session.
Wasn't there some like poison and drugs or something that we mashed a lot?
Ask the DM of that session. That's his baby, he would know. So, here we are. You three, along with everyone else, the militia-like crew and some squads of people, and a lot of sailors are stepping off this boat onto Dinwi. It's only been a day since you guys set off from Wyland, but you guys are taking in the sight.
I take a big breath of air being back on land because I hate the sea.
You hate the sea. Do you like the smell of it? Because I'd imagine if
the salt smells awful.
It's not salt. This is a freshwater lake.
Oh, this is freshwater? Oh, I guess it's okay then. I thought this would be saltwater for some. Alright. I mean, the smell's not bad. It's just if something were to happen and you can't see where you're going at all. I mean, I guess it would be kind of similar to everyone else, but it's extreme for me.
Good thing Naeus wasn't the character for the pirate crew campaign.
Yeah, that would have been difficult.
Honestly, Naeus probably would have been the only one to survive all of that.
Oh, yes, because we never actually got to the point of getting a boat.
No, you guys did just...
Never set off because everyone either died or got captured.
No, you guys
No,
did.
we didn't even
the orcs,
play,
remember? You remember the whole orc situation where
Oh,
like
yeah.
everyone died except for
Whatever my guy's name
I
was.
remember, I forgot whose character it was. Like they did all these really crazy rolls and launched themselves onto the boat as it was.
That was me.
And then they just died instantly.
I launched myself onto the boat and then stood like in front of the ramp because I was supposed to tank shit because that was my character.
Yeah. And then Tom just said, "Yep, I'm used to muscle dying." And like, all right, cool. Jackson doesn't have a character. His character's meaningless.
Just like,
I like how. Oh, it was that one.
Yeah.
TTK after that point.
I thought we were doing the other pirate one, but I was still. I love playing. You know, I don't know what it was, but I was just playing it some archer dude and just shooting like smoke arrows and stuff. That was pretty fun for me. Anyways, we're on land now.
Yeah, you guys get on the land and you take in the sight of what Dinwi has to offer.
What does it have to offer for Kynan and Van?
Oh yeah, for you, Naeus, a dirt road.
You were told
The
to
rest
go
of them.
somewhere,
Excellent.
right?
I love dirt roads.
Dirt roads are great. It allows me to go somewhere with.
It's
where I
somewhere
don't-
specific we were told to go, right?
Well, sort of. You were told to go to the barracks, the command post, once you guys get off. But it turns out that all these people that are getting off the boat seem to sort of be beelining towards off the dock to the north, which is up the road a little bit to your left. This bigger warehouse-looking thing. Almost.
Were we briefed on this?
No, not yet. But to Van and Kynan, it almost looks like a carbon copy of the building that was back in Wyland, where you guys were offered this gig.
Yeah, that's where we're supposed to go.
I'm assuming so. Let's just follow the crowd and see what happens.
Sure, sounds good.
Very cool. And yes, what are you staring at? The back of their heads or the road?
I guess the back of their heads.
Oh. That's kind of sad. Anyway.
Well, I mean, I got, you know, I don't have very many options here. I could look at people or dirt, and I think people are more interesting to look at.
That's very true. Even if it's in the back of their heads, though?
It beats looking at dirt.
Okay, fair enough. Anyway.
So we're going to this hopefully makeshift barracks thingy.
Well, it's not makeshift. It's actually, it seems it's been set up for a while, and you guys are walking. The houses actually around here, you go past sort of a residential district that leads onto the dock. And it goes actually pretty far out, and it looks pretty nice. It looks really quaint. In fact, it almost looks like a place, if retirement ever existed in this world, is what you would do. You would go and you'd live next to a freshwater lake, and you'd have a view of the mountains. And as you look over these buildings, you see these they're not hills, but the outline of these beautiful mountains in the back.
This nice dirt road.
In any way, as far as we can tell.
That was really muffled. What did you say?
Nice and not,
Sorry.
as far as we can tell.
What?
Mike is like a million miles from his mic, and Jackson's like switching the on and off switch in the middle of his sentences.
Shut your mouth.
What?
What?
Yes, I just have to hold my mic like literally a centimeter from my face. That seems like the only way it works. So, never mind. Forget my question. Clearly, God doesn't want me to ask it.
What about the DM?
I was gonna say God kind of wants to. Anyway, you guys continue on. You go into this barracks, and it looks like there's sort of an assembly set up, and there are some chairs set up as well. If you guys like to take a seat or stand in the corner, whichever is up to you.
I think I'll stay.
I'm going wherever they go.
I was gonna. My instinct was to just stand. Also.
All right, cool. So you do so. I don't. You know, I would play different music right now, but I think this works just fine. And so, everyone's kind of chattering for a little bit, and a man walks out, kind of like a side room, and people still haven't really quieted down. He sets up a little bit. The only one standing at the front, and he says, "Welcome to Dinwi. My name is Lieutenant Orban Poole. I am your commanding officer for this. From what you guys have heard, we are hunting orcs, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing here. Some of you are hired as a militia base as to protect what people we have here. Others, if you haven't been briefed yet, you must come up to the front, and we will give you assignments as we see fit. Currently, we are not looking for large-scale fights, but just small skirmishes to keep the orcs at bay. In the meantime, though, everyone who's been given an assignment, you should have it. Otherwise, come up to the front. Dismissed. And people, you know, were clamoring while the whole thing went down. They kind of get up and they leave. It's as
Yes,
if
that's
they've
us.
heard this. Yeah, it's as if they've heard the spiel before.
Yes, that's us.
Yeah.
Let us go.
Okay. It takes a little bit to get to the front because you're kind of in the back and
Pushing
wading
through the
through
crowd.
all the people. And as you get to the front, you notice that there are the four. You guys ran it. That's not what that noise is.
I don't know. That sounded like it. I couldn't hear it over your talking. Anyway, sorry.
No, I'm sad you don't remember. I'll have to remind you sometime.
Don't be like.
I couldn't hear it. I just made the sound of what I thought I heard. Okay.
No,
I
Mike
couldn't
knows.
hear it
Mike
clear
knows what sound it is. That's all.
enough. Is it? Ah.
What?
Never mind. Just keep going.
Anyway, the group of four that you guys talked to on the ship before you guys got off are currently speaking to Lieutenant Poole.
Okay. Well, they're kind of assholes, so I'm just not gonna bother them.
Okay, I'd assume then none of you bother him.
I just wait until.
I'd just be waiting for their conversation to end. I'd be close enough where, commanding officer knew that we were waiting for him, so he wouldn't just walk off, not like trying to join in or anything.
Sure. Okay, cool. Maybe after like 2 or 3 minutes, actually, not much time at all, it seems. They kind of nod and they just head out the door. And Poole looks at the rest of you and says, new blood, from what I hear. And from also...
How
from what
far
I-
is this guy?
How close did you guys walk up? I would assume Van would know.
Yeah, within like speaking distance. Like 5 feet max.
Okay, yeah. You definitely see him.
Okay.
Nice. No. Can you see up to 60 feet yet, or just 30?
No, not yet. I'm pretty sure. I think at this point, I'm totally like I think I do, but I'm not. I wake up, I rub my eyes. Oh, it's not 60 feet.
Okay. And he says, yeah, the new guys. I heard really good things about you guys, and seeing as how well geared you are, I'm sort of impressed. Uh-oh. Do we need to address this real quick?
For some reason, it's like certain my buddies have been having issues with it too. Just certain chats just don't work. Like they just either can't talk. So we should try making another voice chat for the time being, and maybe that'll fix something.
Rest in peace, furiously pointing.
No, not rest in
No,
peace, not
no, it'll still be there. It's just we'll have a temporary room to see if that'll fix our issue. Because I know joining a different room can often fix it. Because we have different servers, or maybe we might even have to make a new room that'll be closer to whatever Jackson's location is.
Oh boy.
All right.
Or was that the SOS Brigade? Is that what this should have been? Anyway.
I don't remember what the stupid names we called ourselves were.
Well, no, ASLP was a long running one, but the SOS Brigade is what I was thinking of.
That was John.
Yeah. Anyway.
So save that one for if John ever joins us again.
Yeah. Hopefully. Anyway. He says, I need you three to do a sort of scouting mission.
It?
At the moment, we are trying to find a better foothold into Orc territory. And in doing so, we need to be able to actually set up camp.
What when he says, I need you to do scouting, I kind of look between Kynan and Van. But I don't say anything. I just kind of look between them.
So you two notice a very deadpan look. Not like spacey look, but one with purpose just between the two of you.
I would kind of shrug.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to hear the rest of what Lieutenant Poole has to say.
Yeah, I think as I shrug, my armor would clink loudly as well.
Okay.
That's
He
a
doesn't.
big shrug.
He doesn't really notice, and he continues and he says, as far as you three are concerned, orcs are a kill on sight. And he kind of thinks for a moment and he says, in a week's time, I want to be able to move troops, living quarters, people over to an established place. If that means running orcs out of the homes, that's probably the most ideal thing. Because it would give us a network to be able to work from place to place in order to root these orcs out.
I nod.
I actually had a question.
Please.
It came here under the pretext that the orcs were attacking the citizens here. Is there any specific pattern that they seem to show, or do they just attack at random?
He thinks for a moment, and he says, from what we've gathered, we haven't been able to find a good pattern. It seems as if, though, especially recently, like in the past month or so, it's slowly ramping up, and it's getting to a point where people aren't interested in living around here anymore, and we need the workforce in order for the town to actually thrive. Or were you thinking this was going to be a preservation thing? You were going to guard citizens? Because it's not the kind of work we're looking for.
I wasn't sure what kind of work was available. I'm just curious. I'm trying to figure out what exactly these orcs are going for, because I feel that might help form a plan when we're out there.
He thinks for a moment. He says, "There are a lot of, in order to worship Lamashtu, a lot of," and he thinks for a moment. From what we see in the orcs, like to give sacrifices to present to Lamashtu, and they see it as a way of gaining power. So I'd imagine, especially with the kids that disappeared, especially with families, we didn't find all of those bodies. In fact, we couldn't necessarily identify a lot of them, but a lot of them just disappeared. Our intel and what we have suggests they were probably sacrificed and drained of blood, and whatever the hell orcs do with human bodies.
I wouldn't say anything. I just nod.
He says, if you three would follow me, I have a map I can provide you guys, and to give you a good direction on where you should be hitting. And what we think might be a good idea for a camp.
Right?
And he nods and he leads you guys into, looks like his office. The DM does not have a map for you guys, but it's
Chicken old school.
yeah, super old school. And he says, oh, I just got a day 9 announcement. That's weird. He says, we are here
A5.
in this block. At the moment, what we're looking at, there seems to be a lot of activity in... Yeah, I'll update that in a second. Here, here, and here.
It's not my fault.
What the hell? What is that?
Dog.
Oh, it's a dog?
It's howling. Well, it's trying to howl. It's like a puppy.
Did you get a dog?
No. Outside.
Oh.
Well, I can't do anything about it. I'm allergic. I'd like to get a dog, but I'm allergic, so
Oh, that's unfortunate.
yeah.
I'm still surprised you haven't gotten a cat. Not one of those alien hairless cats, but...
Well, I can't. There's no pets allowed in, except for service pets. There's no pets allowed in the unit. So
Mm.
I wouldn't mind getting a hairless cat though.
And he says, ideally, if you were to plot out a direction, I would like us to set up here. Very much so. But if you can hit all of these, it'd be very important, and it would be very much so in our best interest if you could report back what you've seen, what you run into in the meantime.
How many days travel would it be from, like, furthest one, I guess?
On the dirt road, by foot, each would take about a day.
Oh, okay.
So, well, except for the long one. The long one would take a day and a half, going straight through the middle of everything.
Right.
Here, and he takes out a crayon. Let me actually give you a better color for this.
Crap.
What's wrong with crayons?
No, it's just an interesting choice for.
Yeah. Very specific detail.
Yeah.
But I mean, now that I think about it, I've never seen crayons used in like a fantasy setting. So I wonder if they're actually like.
I'm sure there's something more sophisticated than wax to.
Are you saying you don't
Draw
like my
stuff.
crayons? Excuse
I'm
me.
not saying that
Excuse
there's
me.
something wrong with
Yo,
the
dude,
crayons.
crayons weren't invented until 1903. This guy has some advanced technology. Because I was just thinking about the logistics of like mixing the wax and then putting it into a mold. And well, okay, it doesn't matter. I was just curious.
It's fucking magic.
Listen.
Deal with it.
Yeah, it's magic. Not.
I can have crayons if I want to.
Sorry, Commander Mouse.
Thank you.
It's an argument that happened in character.
Crayons haven't been invented until 19. Okay, I think I know how to scale this properly, by the way.
What are you talking about? This is 1447.
I'm pretty sure it's X47. Thank you.
I don't know. I have
What is
listed
that we can check?
1447.
I think I gave you guys 14 to begin with. Actually, I'm keeping track of days right now, by the way.
This is a lot of.
I
lot
have
of
partially kept track of days. The last day I have recorded is September 9th. I don't know what it is now, though.
It is... Actually, I could just tell you. It's 9/12.
Dang, it's already been 3 days.
Yeah. Well, what one was... Yeah, I can refresh you. I have it written down somewhere. Or I might have just decided one day. 9/9 is when you guys ran into the cleric and 2 bugbears and 5
Yeah.
goblins.
And we didn't really get anything out of them aside from some crazy tales. If I remember right.
Yeah.
I think that was the first time we heard Lamashtu mentioned. Okay.
This is, well, are there any questions?
I look at
Not
the other
bad.
two.
So wait, this is accurate now, Ian?
Yeah, this is accurate.
And so it takes.
Actually,
Like
that would
one
be
day.
2 days. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me readjust it just a tiny bit. That should be right.
Okay.
If you guys can normally do 30 miles in one day, that's about right.
Yeah. Okay.
I have one last question. I understand that there is a party of 4 that has been aiding you as of late. I don't mean this to be accusatory. I know that we just got here, but do you feel that they can be trusted? Because I'm getting some bad vibes from them, and I just want to make sure that I don't have to watch my back on the road.
Of course, and if you really feel that way, they're doing something that has nothing to do with your mission. In fact, it should keep your squads far enough apart from each other. I have not given a mission. They get it from higher ups. I am the commanding officer here in Dinwi, however.
Someone above you, then.
Above me would be back in Ravenswood.
Right. Okay.
Is there any? Sorry. Wait. Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No. I was just saying thank you.
Oh, okay. Is there any sort of strategy that the orcs generally appeal to, or do they just kind of run in and scream and swing as they tend to?
He's furrowed his brow, he furrows his brow and he says, "You act like you've never run into an orc before."
Well, from what I understand, things are a bit different here than usual, so I just wanted to double check just to make sure we don't lose anybody on the account of something unusual.
Was that a /me test?
Yes.
Cool. And he says, "Fair enough. These orcs are very adept at using fire to their advantage. That's why they've been able to be so efficient in burning some of our farms down and burning some of our facilities down as well."
All right.
I have good reason to believe that it's magical sort of fire too. So I would not be surprised if it's from tribalistic or arcane forces they're bringing together.
I'll be sure to keep that in mind.
More or less what we heard before we got sent over here.
And he says, before you guys then leave, I assume all of you can read and write, correct?
I prefer Dwarven, but I can in common.
Okay. again?
Well, as part of the record keeping, I'd like one of you to keep track of everything you run into. And he turns back around to his desk because you guys kind of walked in, and there was like a map
Like a
on the
hut?
table. Yeah, no, not a hut. This is still in the barracks.
Or like like a room in some other room in the barracks.
Yeah. And you
Okay.
guys you were staring at a map at a table, and he goes back to his desk. He picks up a book, and he has like a little bag that Van you would assume to have like ink and quill and stuff like that. And he says, if one of you could entrust yourselves with this to record everything you run into.
I'd look at Van.
Damn it.
It's probably one. It's one of us. It doesn't have to be you, but it's one of us.
All right, I would reach out and grab the
He hands you the book and quill and ink.
Okay. Is there a time frame that you want us to report back in, or should we just come back whenever we have something?
Either that, or I would expect you back in. He thinks for a moment. I said I'd like to be there in a week, but more realistically, probably if we're going in a week is good.
Okay.
So a week's time.
Is the map like a giant one, like on a table that it looks like we probably shouldn't take, or is it one? Does it look like we're able to take it with us?
So you should not take it with.
Okay, so we should just in character. We should make a note of like a rough outline of the map.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'll take the book and I'll in like the first page. I'll
Yeah.
just
So this map is now yours.
nice.
Yes.
I don't think I'm
Oh,
very good.
Ian wouldn't be afraid to pull some crap on us about like you didn't bring the map, so you don't know where you're going.
No.
That's a very good point.
But also then, if you're doing that, you can just draw on this map as much as you want.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you could, put penises and stuff in it, and I just have to hold that.
Okay, I'm holding.
And we'd have to give the book back with the penises. We'd have to give the book back to this guy. When we
I was totally gonna write my name in Dwarven.
Here, let me actually put this back to the map layer, so you don't fuck with it. There we go. I'll get your name off of it.
You know what? Fine. Okay. You know how you open the first thing in the book, and it's like the very first page?
Yeah.
Like the cover of it, the inside of the cover, I mean?
Mhm.
I would write my name in the inside of the cover, then pass it over to Nance.
I would might write in mine in Dwarven.
Okay. Just the thing we're doing now.
Alright, cool.
So where do we want to go first?
Wouldn't it best to do some sort of rotation? I guess the only problem is that this stuff is kind of unknown, I guess, according to the map.
One to the south looks a little bit of a shorter distance,
He cuts in.
ever so slightly.
Poole cuts in and says, this area down here, and he motions to where you guys are saying, it looks like it's cut off. He says, you'll find that when you get to them, there's actually just a large mountain. Like this.
Path.
Ah,
Path that way. Okay.
so then we might want to go here, then here, maybe.
And we
If we do that-
we could scout this path on the way back if we did it that way.
I feel like that's a lot of traveling. I feel like, well, at any given point, we could just turn back and go home, so I guess it's not a big deal.
We always have some way to go home or
3
return back.
3 points to hit. We just have to decide what order we want to.
Well, I'll let you guys make the decision because I can't make up my mind.
If we're trying to scout, I feel like we should visit everywhere, or at least these 3 major points, if we're trying to gather information on what's going on.
Do it that way. That lets us scout the direct path between here and the furthest away point as well.
But That's more of like when we're done with everything, it seems, though. But it's still information that we can gather.
We could do that last, just to make sure that there's nothing unexpected on this path. Don't have a problem with this plan. Works for me.
Otherwise, I would say we could go from here to here, but it seems, the mountain being in the way, that'll be difficult.
Let's do the first thing you said, unless anyone else has any objections.
Sounds good to me.
South and then north and then east.
And he says, before you guys head out, he says, I gave you guys a week. It doesn't take a week to get from one place to the other, but you are more than welcome to come back into town if you need to resupply. Or just simply have a bed to sleep on.
Don't know.
I guess if things go sour, we will come back and let you know.
The rest we need before setting out again.
I would look towards Nas and ask, how do you look on rations and water?
I peep into the bag of holding.
You realize you haven't drank water for the past whole week. No, I'm kidding.
I have assumedly been casting create water to cover thirst.
Okay.
Because I can cast create water. So I would have been doing that anytime we needed water.
Okay.
But I count, in my bag, in the bag of holding, and I say we have 25 rations in total.
Okay. Good.
We should be okay for this expedition.
Alright, well, should we get going, or what do you think? Do you guys need anything before we go?
Not that I can think of. I already picked up everything back in not Ravenswood. What is it? The other place that we were just at, Wyland.
Been all over the place. Okay. Well, I'm ready when you are.
And what time is it, Ian?
It's about a little bit past noon.
Do we want to start? We should probably start now because we could probably get into the first area in the day, so that way you guys can be able to see what's going on instead of just arriving at night.
Yeah, we should start now. It'll be late when we get to the first location, but
Well, what I meant is we could probably rest before we get there, and then when we do, it'll be day, because if I remember right, I believe orcs have some sort of either low light vision or night dark vision.
gotcha. That makes sense. All right. Yeah, let's make some progress today, and then we can aim to hit the first place tomorrow.
Bull actually, because I'm assuming you guys are all talking about this in the room.
Yeah, well,
He kind of jumps
I think-
at the thought about that, and he says, I would not bet on that. These orcs exhibited very strange and differently than most orcs do. I've not seen them affected as much by the light as I've seen other orcs. Out of some weird anomaly, I feel like they've gotten used to the sun, or they're exposed. They've exposed themselves to something that lets them normalize the sun.
We won't let our guard down. We'll watch our backs during the day as well. Thanks for the heads up.
it's still something that we need the advantage. Well, not, I guess it wouldn't be an advantage anymore, but we need to even the fields with day, because these guys aren't able to see during the night very well without the use of other lights, which won't really help us in positioning.
Nuts.
Would there be
Yeah,
any,
you two are.
do you think we could hear any input on our current plan? Do you think there should be any adjustments? Do orcs usually Do they usually have some sort of hideouts, or are they usually just in their groups that? Because I'm assuming what these are just groups of orcs that just hang out, right? Is that what these are supposed to be? Orc settlements?
Correct.
So would it be so do they, set up ambushes often on the side of roads?
Are you asking me?
I'm asking Pool. Is there something
My
like,
name
because
is
I'm
Cole,
asking,
Yes.
I was asking him if we should modify anything to our plan, or if he thinks it's a good idea, because going, even though they might be able to see well during the day, we need the day. And is there anything that we should be worried about aside from what our current plan is?
Well, orcs sleep. I'm trying to think. We've also mostly been attacked during the day. And he thinks for a moment. The farm burnings have been sort of abnormal. And he's thinking for a moment. He says, I don't know. These orcs display very strange activity at very just sporadic times. I'd imagine it's whenever they feel like it.
Sounds like
I-
you guys can roll with punches.
Yeah, I'd imagine you three just should make sure that you're most comfortable at all times, so you can be ready for something.
All right. Out of character, I feel like it seems like, I don't know how unusual it is for a human to have dark vision, but for me to note that though Kynan and Van can't see in the dark, but I disregard myself, seems unusual. But anyways, so ready to head out, Kynan, Van?
I'm ready.
Thank you for everything, Lieutenant Poole.
Good luck, Godspeed.
We nod, or I nod and head out. I don't know if everyone else nods, but
Well, I have to now.
All right, let's go.
Cool. So, Mike, you have control of the token, don't you?
Uh-oh.
That's not how you're supposed to respond to that.
Yes, I do.
he can respond however he feels like. It's just a matter of how concerned we want to be, Jackson.
I assume we were heading this way.
No, Van says we're going this way.
Whichever way we're going, I don't really care.
Yeah, I guess we
Let's go that way.
So how far can we go?
In today, I think you can only go 15 miles. What the fuck?
Consensus is we're going south, right?
Yeah, we're going this way first, so there we go.
Oh god.
Boat! Boat! Land the boat!
Huge oars.
Yeah. No wonder how you guys got there so fast. Anyway. Alright, cool. You guys make it there. My dice are stuck in a drawer. Hold on. This is a hard drawer to open. Yeah, you guys make it there. No issues yet. You're taking note of the wildlife that's around. It's really peaceful. It smells really nice too, and there's a breeze coming off from the mountains, and across the body of water. It feels very, very different than what you've been used to in the Ravenswood area.
How's the temperature like? It's just like cool?
It's cool. Yeah, the breeze
Refreshing.
is cool. The sun isn't too overbearing. You're starting to get a little bit higher up, so you're starting to be winded a little bit quicker. But
Still like you hear a lot more than where we've been.
Yeah. I don't know, every time we're in the city, it just feels like there's tension everywhere. But then whenever we're in the forest, there's... you know,
This almost feels like a vacation.
alright, so it's nighttime.
Wait, who's going first?
I could go first, I suppose.
I don't remember how we did it last time, because like you're the only one that has any sort of dark vision.
I mean, I feel like if they're gonna come at us in the night anyways, I can't really see that far to begin with, so I still think there's not much advantage to me having dark vision anyways at the moment.
Fair. You can go first then.
Unless you insist on me going last, which I'm fine with as well.
I don't care.
You can go first.
I guess I'm going first.
All right, cool. In the night, who's the second?
Probably would have been me, I guess, unless Van really wanted it.
No, I'll go third.
It would have been me.
Oh boy.
Van?
That's a lot of dice.
Oh come on. Yes.
It's time to wake up the other party members.
I do so with glee.
This morning?
Yeah, it's about that time. I think maybe another day's travel should get us to the next place, or to the first spot.
God, roboting. It's happening again.
Yeah, that's you,
So,
dude.
quick, search another chat. Quick, make a new one.
This one we call just ASOP with the acronym. No. So before we set out for this one, like,
Oh, I give everyone their rations, by the way, and water.
to feel like we should take any sort of additional precautions as far as like stealth stuff. I'm not sure if it's necessary, but I thought I'd ask just to get your input.
What do you mean extra precautions?
Like, I could go a little bit ahead of you two being all sneaky and like just a little bit off the path, and then shout
Oh,
if
okay.
I get attacked or something. I don't know if it's needed, but it's.
I think it might be better the other way around. Van is more able in melee combat if the situation arises, and if you were get to stuck, I haven't really seen what you can do in melee, but I'm not sure if it'd be.
Oh god,
Yeah,
I'm fighting.
I trust Nas and his ability to not get seen first. Or I'm sorry, I trust Kainen and his ability not to get seen first. I feel like if I were to go up front, I would almost certainly make too much noise, if we were ever in a situation like that.
I don't want to go that far ahead. It would be maybe 40 feet ahead just to get a little bit of a preemptive, like, look at whatever they're into.
Could make a difference.
Okay.
I think that's a good idea.
All right,
I
sounds good then.
do that then when we set off. Before we leave, so if you hear Jenga,
I raise a brow. Jenga?
it's this long story.
What happens if we hear Jenga? You need to elaborate.
Means that I've been attacked. So
Okay.
run forward.
I forget that you're a noble.
Yeah, like, I had siblings that taught me some weird shit.
Yeah, Jenga became all the rage when I was growing up. I have some very fond memories of Jenga, but I guess it's a very different context in this situation.
Can talk about it later.
Well, at least you guys seem to have the time for games and fun.
Had.
Well, at least you still have the time to enjoy them, nonetheless.
Well, no reason to kill the mood. I'm just trying to have a laugh.
Anyways,
Let's head out. I'll go like 40 feet ahead, stealthy.
Okay, cool. You roll that stealthiness. So, roll that stealthiness. Oh,
That's pretty stealthiness.
that's pretty stealthy.
I would
Hey.
take my sword out just to have it out.
If you guys are doing this, you're going about half speed.
Up.
From where?
And take that into account.
Yeah. But, I mean, you do it anyway.
That means we would reach the place by night, which was like not the
Oh, like-
original plan.
I'd do that for like a we do this for like a maybe an hour and a half, and then I'd realize how slow we were going.
But yeah,
I
that's
think I passed it
perfect.
around that time.
So in that hour and a half, give me a perception check there, Garnet.
Oh wow.
All right.
Wow. Wow.
Oh yeah. Well, as we're walking, I tell Van, just tell me when to make a weapon, okay?
Don't worry, I'll give you the heads up.
He'll yell
Really?
Jenga in your ear, and you'll think about what that actually means.
Kynan hears Jenga as he's alerted by something
At
in
21.
his own mind.
Yeah, so you see in the distance, you see. Okay, this is weird. Oh. No, hold on. I might need to get new dice. Okay, no, that's better. Good, I'm making sure. You see a pack of 4 deer. It looks like, what is that? A buck and a deer and 2 children. And off behind it,
Fawn.
Excuse me, fawn.
Fawn.
You say children, I think human children.
Yeah, no, I was about to. Your child.
Hey, man. Children does not discriminate. Anyway.
It's like, is Ian about to have a bunch of orcs come and kill some human kids? That's what I
Well-
thought was about to happen.
Maybe not so much human, but you see some orcs actually. Let's see how well they're doing it. Very well, in fact. Moving up slowly to these deer.
How many?
Give me one more perception check. In your vision, you see 4.
Okay. I move back, like, doing my best not to get seen, but still, like, moving quickly back to Van Naeus to give him a heads up of what we're about to come up to.
Does Kynan just walk up and say Jenga? Just casually.
No, I don't say Jenga. Yeah, there's I spot 4 a little, like, how far away were they, about?
You would gander about 800 feet.
80 to 100 feet?
80, 100?
No, 80 to 100.
Oh.
Oh, 80 to 100.
But that was when you were up there. And so when you moved back
80 to 100 feet from where I was, so, like,
Yes.
maybe 140, 130 from where we are now.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I spot 4 about that far ahead. They look like they're hunting deer. I don't think they saw me, so how do we want to do this?
Are we really aware of how strong? Have we ever really? I'm asking this as to the party. Are we really familiar, fighting orcs?
Yeah.
I've kind of had some training with the dwarves, but
There's some orcs in Barton, right? Those were orcs.
oh yeah, you guys fought orcs in Barton.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
We fought them before.
How did that go? Because I wasn't there for that.
They're pretty ferocious. Seems like they don't tire during battle. You can slash away at them all you want, but until you've landed a killing blow, they're going to keep fighting.
If you want, if you want, I just an idea. I could move up a little bit further and try to hide and wait for you to get close enough to engage, and then I could fire some shots, like right at the beginning, to try to get some damage in.
I wouldn't mind buffing at my sword beforehand, but that sounds like something we should probably do.
So, like, if you wanted to do that now while I move up, try to get in a position, we could set up a decent ambush, I think.
I suppose. Out of character, how long do you think this whole schmeal would take, Ian? Because I can get 4 minutes of make weapon and cast a spell on the weapon. So, I guess
It wouldn't take. Let's see.
it would just take 12 seconds to combine or to cast both the weapon and the spell.
Yeah, but you guys haven't moved up to them yet.
Right,
You have
I'm
no
s-
clue. You should be asking kind in this.
Okay, so then-
Can I see them from here, or is it a
No.
little too?
You got to move up a little bit more.
Okay, so
So I asked Kynan, then how long do you think it would be before we can engage? Because I only have so much time making a weapon and keeping my spells active.
they're about 120 feet. So if you did all your buffs, like moved up another 20 feet, and then did your buffs, and walked in, like it would probably take a.
It would probably be better to start now because if we engage them after we move, then
It's
they'll
not gonna
probably
take-
spend-
Can I get perception checks from everyone?
It's not going to take you to that that long to get up there. It's going to take you to that long to get up there. So do what you want. What you need to do now.
Van, Kynan, do either of you speak Orcish?
Yes.
Van, well, actually, you both hear.
I just don't understand it.
Oh, thing, like that type of talk. But Van, you recognize it immediately. Saying, "I conquered this deer. I'm taking it home and eating it."
Now they
Or turn around, like hearing that, and
Little
like,
one, carry
arrow out.
this. You will be stronger.
arrow out and knock it, like pointing towards where the voice came from.
What's going on, guys?
they've already caught the deer. We need to either attack or stay. Like we need to make a decision right now.
I create an iron longsword.
I kind of look between them with their weapons drawn and be like, "All right."
All right. I get in a position. I start moving up stealthily, like.
You- You hear the orc again. Stop moving! You have my javelin in the deer.
I
Put
I
it
cast
down.
I cast lead blades on my iron longsword.
My stealth, by the way, to stealthily move up, get in a position,
Okay, yeah, you find yourself where you need to be.
vanish from this plane of existence.
And I would have casted lead blades.
All right.
So I look at Van. You ready for this?
Yeah. I'm
Getting
gonna-
like 50 feet or so away from the orcs, and waiting for the other two to get closer before I attack.
Okay.
I would move up in conjunction with Van, so that way I could keep the saving shield bonus.
I would move some ways away from Kynan.
I'm in the forest now. I'm in the tree line.
Yeah, but I'm saying like I want to move away from you because what I'm about to do is gonna. Well, let's see.
Okay.
And then I would enhance my weapon and apply flaming to it.
Sparking. Alright. So these are the orcs you guys see. Set
Where
up
do
where
we
you'd- Yeah, I was gonna say set up where you'd want to be set up. I'll do this. That way you have more room to work with.
Is this-
Assuming we're south. Yeah.
I can see your line of vision.
I can see my line of vision too.
Where's like a tree line relative to them? Like, would that be?
I'd imagine it'd just be like something like this, and it's on to the left, right?
Oh, let me see.
I'm gonna go to the map layer. So.
I'll get rid of my stuff.
No, it's
Whoa.
fine. Actually, yeah, it's about right. The tree line goes about like that.
Okay, I guess I'll be on that side. That would put me like right there.
Cool. And you guys are, yeah, on the road at the moment. And you see...
Van sees.
Very true.
As soon as I see the orcs react to Van and Naeus, I'm taking a shot.
Okay. Well, you see another pop up, and take the deer, and start to walk away. And the rest of them start gathering and talking. Van, you hear one talk about, Match will praise me for food. I have done good. And he said, one of them speaks up, you are dumb. It is just deer. It could not have hurt you. Orcs say, you're right. And then they
so
just kind of contemplate for a bit.
There's trees over here, or like...
No, that's just, I can extend it out a little bit further, but...
Yeah, I'm trying to get a layout for... Because I'm trying to cast web somewhere to impede their movement, but I need to know like what's around them before I do that.
Wrong way. I will fix this. So I guess I should clarify, yeah. The this does actually go further out.
Okay. So it's not like a clearing per se, it's just like... Oh.
Kind of like that. And you see, it came off the map, but you see an orc, sort of smaller than the rest of them, honestly, go back in and disappear into the tree line.
I'd look towards Naeus real quick and say, if I start a fire, will you be able to put it out?
With time, I can spray water everywhere.
Okay.
It just depends on how long we plan on keeping the fight going.
Heads up.
Ah! Hey, now everyone's blind. Yay!
This is what death feels like.
A DM going heads up.
Alright. I'm gonna cast... Well, I guess I'll take my time and buff myself real quick. Assuming they don't see me right away.
I was gonna say, if you're doing that, hold on.
That's stealth. That's my stealth roll.
You're gonna have to do a stealth roll for every single spell cast, you know? That shit's
That's
not
fine.
necessarily quiet. Well, yeah, on that first spell.
As soon as there's a reaction, pot shot at this guy's head.
If hey Van, let me know if they notice you, because I plan on casting another spell.
It'll be soon. I'm not really trying to hide. I'm just trying to bide our time.
Oh, and I would cast, if you're not trying to hide, then I would cast another spell. Shield of Faith.
Okay, well yeah, actually it was on Van's cast. One of the orcs goes, "What weird noise?" And one of them
Wait,
is kind of
wait,
like, "What's wrong
pot
with you?" Okay,
Pot shot it. Pot shot.
Right. All right, you're pot shotting, and the music changes.
Hey! Hey!
Wow.
Wow. Okay, well give me 30
Is that-
seconds.
Is that like the first confirmed critical of this campaign? Because I don't think I've seen us actually succeed in
I crit what's his face?
Excitement.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's right, yeah! And you did like 66 electric damage to Shocking
Yeah.
Grasp.
My
right?
longbow
Yeah.
has times 3 on a crit.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Give me like real quick. I think I got the right music. I need you guys to roll for initiative. We'll
Yeah.
resolve that damage in a second, but I hope this is it.
This was awesome, by the way.
Ah!
Wait, so is this some sort of surprise round? Because we were like catching them off guard.
Kynan gets one shot, but I mean, if you guys go before these orcs do, then you get.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have a way of taking advantage of the distance, so I figure it'd be easier to let them come to us.
This is where I thrive.
I mean, I just want to cast Shield of Faith.
Well, they're still 100 feet away.
Okay.
Ooh, that's sad. I wasted my 20 on that.
I mean, I'm not sad.
Yeah. Well, you know what I was rolling?
Initiative? Yeah.
No. I was rolling the black dice.
Black dice is hate the player's dice, right?
Mm-hmm. So, Kynan, you shoot this one in the head. I need you to do your fucking damage.
Do I do like 3d8 plus 3? Is that how I do it?
plus your modifier times the amount of crit.
So 3. Or,
So, do you do normally +1?
I do normally +1 to damage.
Okay, so yeah, now it's +3.
I wasn't sure if you wanted to just like roll a normal damage and triple it, or roll it like this.
No. It's gonna look like 3d8 +3.
Okay.
Big boy damage. Oh boy.
Oh,
That's on him. That's on him right here.
Yeah, I was gonna say normally I roll health, but I don't think I need to here. Damn, that was pretty high.
I get to take another shot like right away anyway.
Okay. Back. What's up with that? Wow. Yeah, Van, you cast your spell, you hear, "What that over?" and then thump, arrow, like you see just an arrow goes straight through his head and like through the other side, and he just
I think I would kind of jump at that. Like, holy shit.
he crumples over, and that's it.
Do I get my normal initiative round now?
Yeah, no, you go again. They're still flat-footed too.
I'm going,
I tried to-
going at him.
I try to get a quick detail on what happened from Van.
One of them's down.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that's a hit. Roll for damage.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Right here.
Today.
The boy.
You know you're in the forest, right?
Yeah.
You do more
I think
damage
I-
in the forest, don't you?
Favorite terrain? Give me that.
Or is it just a hit?
I don't think it gives me anything to
Oh,
combat.
that's enemy. That's enemy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, favorite
Yeah.
animal is what to say.
If we were fighting humans, I'd get more stuff, but we're fighting orcs, so it's just that.
All right, cool. You launch an arrow, and it sinks straight into his chest, and he goes down on one knee.
First round.
What does that mean? What is he at? Jesus Christ. Okay. So, let's see. This one
I'm hoping I'm.
panics and goes Earthhawk and goes thump thump. Looks around, rummages through his on his belt, picks up a horn and blows it.
Shit.
That's his turn. This one looks around. Reroll me that stealth check. Kind of.
Oh, come on. That would be the time I roll it too.
Yeah. You're and he just
That's a 15, not a 14, sorry.
well, even still, he he pulls out the sword. It's a sword kind of looking like Van's bastard sword, but just a little bit thicker. And
Okay.
charges you.
Are there no trees impeding him?
I suppose when he gets about here, right? He doesn't have to. Let's see. If it's about like that much, I would rule that there aren't that many. There aren't enough trees to make.
So
it
there's
the charge
enough
doesn't work.
to keep him going in a straight line without. Okay.
Yeah, because he's not. It's not a full move through the trees.
Well, I mean, the charge has to be in a straight line, yeah, without being impeded.
Yeah, and that this is a straight
That's close enough. Okay.
Yeah. What's your AC, Kaiden?
Got that right, 17.
17. In. Wow. Charge gets +2 to hit. That just barely hits. You take.
I'm glad it just barely hits. That
Yeah, that changes a lot, right? As opposed
I'm
to
a-
just hitting.
I'm okay with this.
See if you're okay after you see the damage.
You take 6 damage.
Okay with this. I'm not okay with him being right in my face, but otherwise I'm okay with this.
Yeah,
Who has the higher initiative bonus? Oh wait, our bonuses are tied, I guess, for me and Van.
yeah.
If you really want, Mike, we can roll to see who goes first between us, or you could just pick who.
This guy
Let's roll a d20.
crawls. He goes, mm.
I guess I'm going second.
And he starts rummaging through his deleted friend's body and grabs a javelin. I guess Van, you're up.
Who has my javelin?
Kynan, you okay over there?
And get the other two. Get the one with the horn.
Where do you need me to go, Van?
Try to stay by me. I'm gonna charge. And I'll do just that. I will charge the guy with the javelin.
Okay. Do it.
I'll have to stop there. And I'll take a swing with my bachelor sword.
Go for it.
One sec.
Okay, yeah, it's definitely a hit. Roll for damage. Although, if you deal more than... yeah, if you deal more than 5... Yeah, you slay him. He, like, brings his javelin up to try and, like, pierce you as you're charging at him. And you just lop his head off.
Hey, Ian.
Hmm.
For the sake of this, can we assume that I charged with Van, so I'm knowing where I'm going, and
Yeah.
I'll charge towards this one?
Yeah, sure.
Awesome. So I'll do charge towards this guy.
Look at that synergy.
I have to remember what my attacks are.
I also do 1 fire damage.
Ah!
His body is singed a little bit at the neck where you lop his head off.
Yeah, there's a nice crisp searing. There's no blood, it's just clean.
Alright, that's my attack.
That hits. Roll for damage.
Awesome.
This poor orc. Yeah, you, what, do you have a longsword?
Yeah.
So you sink...
A lead blade longsword.
Yeah, you sink your, longsword into his, gut, and you see him just spew and spit up blood, and his eyes turn to you, red with fury. Kynan. Actually, wait, before that happens.
That's never good when the DM says that.
Give me one moment.
I kind of want to, like, give him a stare back at, just kind of try to stare back at this one. It will be! It will be!
Huh? No, I don't want...
Won't want no goddamn lettuce.
I don't want these. Hold on. What the fuck just happened?
Said I ain't want no goddamn lettuce.
There we go. Kynan.
Okay, I'm getting really sick of having to do this, but I'm gonna, like, drop my longbow behind me.
Sure.
Draw the sword. And, like, doing one of those, like, slash attacks, open as I sword just to make an attack.
Go for it. Roll the hit. That's a hit roll for damage. Someone's on point today.
If I rolled one higher, that would have also been a crit. So,
Oh, a confirmable one. But-
Yeah, crits on 19. Damage could have been better, but
Yeah, it could have been much better. You slash, like, his chest, and you hear him groan in pain.
what you got?
Naeus, you have your sword still stuck in his gut, and he takes his falchion over his head, and he tries to just cleave you in two with it. What's your AC?
20.
Not harmlessly, but whiffing straight to your right. Just thump. And the orc gives this very saddened look. However, you hear from the trees as 2, 3, 4, pretty much. Wow, that's a squished orc. I don't know what happened to him.
It's already dead.
It's already dead. A javelin's thrown at you, Vonnegut.
Poor malnourished orc.
Ooh, what's your AC?
21.
Hits you, dealing.
Oh wait, and I get +2. I get to add +2 because of saving shield. Because that counts as adjacent,
It
right?
still hits him.
Oh. I tried.
Dealing 4 damage. A javelin is sticking out of your leg.
Be out in a minute.
Jeez. That's brutal.
I'll be done in a minute. I shout that from the tree when I hear the javelin noise.
Oh,
Said it somewhat muffled.
yeah, very muffled. Naeus, you're up.
I'll be done in a minute. Don't get in too much trouble until I can join you.
I'm swinging back at this guy. Ooh, and that's a hit, right?
Yep. Deal your damage.
I guess I should have asked. Are these orcs armored?
They have leather
Really?
on them,
Okay.
but yeah, that's enough to just slay him outright. You rip your sword out of him and hack him down.
Where do you need me to cover next, Vaughn?
Oh, wait a minute. Don't I go before you?
Wait, you already... Yeah, wait, that's...
Never mind.
Where do you want me to go? Where do you want me to go? Where do you need me to go?
Let's hold our ground for now until Kynan's ready to fight. Actually,
Where do you want me to reposition? How about that?
Let's retreat to the tree line for now.
Alright.
Take like
So I would move it here into the orc.
yeah. I can't attack,
Actually-
but I'll move here and end my turn.
So
I'm
as
just
you
kind
do
of like,
that,
oh, orc.
you hear another. Ah! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As you're retreating, at your back there's thrown a javelin. Let's see, Vonnegut was the last one to move back in there, so another one at you. Hurling over your shoulder.
Be close
That
quarters in a
includes my
minute.
+2, right? Somehow.
No, I
Alright,
mean
cool.
it didn't hit at all.
Oh, okay.
This orc
Close quarters in a minute. Get ready for that.
looks around and tries to pivot around you, Naeus, provoking an attack of opportunity. This way.
Attack.
I am taking this.
I got one.
I think we all can.
I think it's just Naeus.
Oh, okay.
Well,
thought that was me.
what kind of move action is he using?
This is a total retreat,
Oh, okay.
but the way he's doing it is through your
My threatened space.
yeah.
Well, he's moving through 2 threatened spaces.
So I mean, I guess if you stagger him while he's going through it, does he still get the rest of his move?
I'd assume so. It's just he still takes the hit.
Yeah, and so he gets to about here and collapses on one knee. Yeah.
God damn it! That was mine.
You see.
Gonna have to
1,
work a
2,
little
3,
faster
4,
than
5,
Kynan.
6. And as the orc is moving up, picks up a javelin from his fallen friend and hurls it at you, Naeus.
Would I be assumed to be flat-footed unless Van or Kynan said anything?
Yeah, you would actually, because you wouldn't know it's coming.
I'd be looking at Kynan complaining about the orc.
So would I be able to give him a heads up or something?
No, honestly. Naeus,
Alright,
what's your AC
so-
flat-footed?
18.
Hits you.
Yay. I mean, oh.
Wow. Alright, so not actually seeing this coming deals a lot of damage to you. You take What the? Is that? Yeah, you take 8 damage, so like a javelin straight to your back. Well, it's more like to your gut, because you were turning to hack the orc that was running away.
So I just see this javelin just
Yeah,
pierce
just
through my
boom,
stomach.
and it's
or
just
whatever.
stuck in your gut, yeah.
I'm just kind of like. I just spit up blood.
Kind of.
There's more?
It got far away again, so I'm gonna have to. I'm assuming if I like sheath my sword and grab my bow again, I can't attack on this turn. Probably.
Correct?
I'm doing that anyway, so if I can't attack, like sheath the sword,
Yes.
turn around, grab my bow, and reposition up here to get ready to fire at
Okay.
these two.
Sounds good. So it's a positioning thing. This guy's dead.
Good.
God. Let's. Excuse me. Goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pulls another javelin out of his out of like the quiver on his back. Throws it at Eunice.
Can I be somewhat prepared for this? Or no?
Argue it. Why would you be prepared for something you can't see?
Have a lot of javelins.
I mean,
I mean,
I guess
this is all in the span of like continuous happening
yeah.
things. It's hard to.
I
comment on
wouldn't. I
something.
wouldn't expect another javelin so soon.
Okay.
Unless Van's like, "Hey, bro."
Well, what is the roll? That does not hit you. It kind of goes over you. Actually, yeah, you just see a javelin. You see another one go just over your head.
I'm just like kind of like that. It's just like, what is happening, Van?
I don't know. They keep taking javelins from each other.
I like to imagine they're like in this world. Occasionally, they're like grabbing javelins out of each other's hands to throw.
They're stealing from each other's quivers.
Yeah, that's my headcanon for this fight. That's happening.
Van, you're up.
So there's none. It's just this guy, right? And then this guy. There's no more by the tree line.
Not that you can see.
Okay. And this guy's he's dead, or he's still moving?
Down.
He's
No.
staggered. It looks like.
Okay. In that case, nice. Or wait. I'll charge this guy. Here. And take a one-handed string. What?
That's a hit. Roll for damage.
Oh.
For something that seems to be trained in throwing javelins often, they aren't very dexterous.
Well, they're orcs, dude. They're like 300 pounds.
That is true.
And they're not really wearing armor either.
Wrong die.
Dang, plus 10? That's crazy.
Yeah, I know.
I just noticed that.
Well, that's with the charge, though.
Oh, you charged? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you down him 2. So these two are staggered. Nis, you're up.
I guess I just go up to this one and hack at it.
That's a hit. Roll for damage. Yeah, you as he's like trying to crawl to his friend, he's like one more hand out, and you just take your sword and ram it into his back, and he's pinned to the his body is pinned to the floor. Oh, he's dead. He doesn't have a move anymore.
Goodbye.
You hear Vonnegut, the one that's in front of you. What would he say? Draku, go to village. Tell them. As he takes a big two-handed swing at you, Vonnegut.
After for a charge my AC's lowered or no?
Yes, by 2.
Okay.
Yeah, and this, what is it now? 18?
19.
It hits you.
Okay.
Dealing. 11 damage.
Alright, I was ready. God damn it.
He takes 1 more damage of bleeding, and you hear him mutter, "Honor in death." Kind of.
Okay, I just have to move to like the edge of the tree line, like right here. And then I would look around and take a shot at that one.
Let me just ask why, real quick. Would you shoot the one that's out in the open, or the one that's threatening Van, who just cleaved into him?
Oh, did I see that?
Oh wait, shit, bro.
If I saw that, then I'd attack. And I would attack this one.
I forgot to calculate my fire damage.
Okay, he's still up, and he still does that damage.
Yeah, so if I saw that, or if I knew that happened, I would attack this one.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just making sure you're not doing that because he told him to run to the village. And yeah, that's a hit roll for damage.
Like that, I have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. Attack the one that looks like it's still mostly standing. That was the logic there.
Okay. But yeah, it's a hit. And you see a grimace on the orc's face as you see the arrow going towards him, ending his life. He hits him like, kind of like in the chest, but a little bit higher up, close to where his neck is, and just downs him.
Nautical.
Yeah. This one hesitates for a moment. Turns and runs into the tree line.
Can I ask, like, how far... Well... If I wanted to try to pursue him, would that even be possible at this point?
Yes, depending on how far you'd want to pursue it.
I'd want to, like, full-on sprint.
You are full on sprinting?
That's the plan, yeah.
Okay,
my,
there's...
My goal is to cast web in front of him so that it appears right in front of where he's running. And that way we can catch him without, like, you know, collateral damage. It's a 100-foot range.
100-foot range?
Or 150-foot range.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he started from here and full on sprinted. I need to actually calculate how far he would get.
Shit.
Yeah, people run far when they're just dipping. It's hard to catch people when they dip.
Well, that's the thing. Like, if you're actually chasing him, and you should be able to see this now that you're actually looking and focusing on it. He gets 2 here. You...
Shit.
Far can you move before casting it?
I can move 30 feet and cast. So it's what? Okay, thank you. I'm gonna cast web right here, or I'll just cast it like right on top of him.
It's
I'll try to
120
cast
feet?
150.
Okay.
It's 100 plus 10 per level.
Oh, wait, I can look at this. I forget.
I asked Van, "What are you doing? What's going on?"
I wouldn't even stop to explain. I would just like try to catch this dude. The only thing is I have to cast it between 2 objects, so I would try to use the trees as like anchor points for it.
Yeah, of course. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out what the saving throw is. Okay, cool.
Reflex, yeah.
Yeah, reflex. His reflex is here. What's the DC again?
Was it first level?
Well, it's definitely a failure, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. It's 16 for future reference.
Okay. And it's a circle. It's a 50-foot circle?
20-foot circle? Hold on. Yeah, 20-foot radius.
From on top of him, you said?
I did it right in front of him, so right here.
Okay, well, here, let me see if I can actually make this visible for you guys. It's the card. Here we go. Can you see this or only me?
I can see him. I don't
Okay,
know
no. I can see how the web affects him. Okay,
what- oh,
cool.
the aura.
He is prone or just stuck?
He becomes grappled.
Grappled, and he has to make. Okay, cool. All right, cool. You grapple him. Yes, you're up.
What's
Keep the
going
chase
on?
Nace,
guys?
keep the chase on. We can't let this guy escape.
How far can you see again, Nace?
I can only see about 30 feet, but you know, as I'm moving, you know.
I'd say,
I can
Nace,
go back.
run towards me and just continue straight forward in that direction. And I'll catch up.
Oh wait, I want a full blown sprint then. Wait, how far was I? I was like right here. So I've been right here.
Give me a perception check.
I mean, I can see the trees as they come along, can't I?
No, you can. I just wanted to know. Okay, cool. You full on sprinted. He's dead. He's out of combat. Kynan.
Shit. I guess doing the same thing. I don't think that like an arrow
As
from here
I'm
would really help.
as I'm moving, I ask Van, how much further?
I don't know. I can't really see you. Just keep going.
I can move like 60 if I'm sprinting, full move action, right?
No, you can
Well,
move 120 if
run-
you're full
Mine
sprint.
is 120, yeah.
It's 4 times your base movement.
I'd get up to like here then. I guess it would be like here.
Okay, yeah. Cool.
As ready to shoot as I can be after full on sprinting to catch up.
Well, you can't see. That's just a mess of wet. In fact, you can't even see an orc in there.
I'm still ready to shoot. I just don't know. I don't know where I'm shooting, but I'm still ready to shoot.
What's the DC for the grapple?
17.
Enzies would stay and fight.
I'm doing this for my own records. I'm gonna send this guy to the GM. Or no, not that guy. This guy, because that's where the web is. Cool. Well. What am I doing? I need to figure how fast he can move after he breaks a grapple.
Oh, shit.
It's considered difficult terrain, so it's half move.
So it takes him double movement until he's out of the web.
Uh-huh. But that means he can get to the end of it, just barely. On his turn. Van, you're up.
Broke out.
No, actually, you guys, I don't think you can see this.
So since my weapon's still flaming,
Really good perception.
I'm gonna run through.
Well, no, hold on, real quick. Like, Webb is literally a mess of it. Like, he's considered to have full
Wait, bro.
concealment.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. No, what I'm saying though is I'm gonna run through the area of the web and slash away at it with my sword.
You can just dispel it.
Well, I don't know that he's out of it,
Okay.
so I'd run through it and try to find him in the web and just basically just charge through the web. And if he's there, he's there. If he's not, he's not.
Okay,
I'm just gonna try to break through it.
Sounds good. Well,
At least that's the plan.
yeah. Okay, cool.
And I think I get there. I either go one ahead or
Well, I was gonna say, the web technically is right here for you. If you run through it, you'd have to make a combat maneuver check.
oh, that's true. Alright, so I'd stop here and just start like slashing through the web.
Okay, cool. You do so.
And as I'm doing this, like since I have a little more time, I'd be like, they sent that guy back to the camp to warn everyone that we're coming. Like we need to stop him from getting away, or there's no way we're gonna get the jump on these guys.
Yes.
How? Okay, so how far do I get to move before getting stuck in the web? Right here.
You know,
Can
if
you-
I see him struggling, fuck it, dude. If I see him struggling with the web or like looking apprehensive about it, I just dispel
Okay.
it.
Yeah, you dispel
If
it.
it comes to that,
And
So I can technically see the goblin, right? Oh my god. Well,
Or-
I,
goblin.
or orc, whatever. I can see him, right?
Well, it's been dispelled now, so you can, and he has the rest of the web off of him.
I want to cast Oracle's Burden on him.
You moved too far.
What?
Yeah,
Did you
didn't
just double move?
Didn't you move just like
No, I only moved 30 feet.
Where do you start?
Wait.
Control Z for me.
Pretty sure you moved over.
Control Z.
Did I? I'm hitting Control Z.
Because
I don't know what you want from me.
I don't think you were. I honestly think you were using your second action.
Wait, wasn't I like right here? 'Cause-
Yeah, you were. Yeah, so you would be here, but you took a step here, or one more foot in.
Did I?
Yeah, you were here.
So I'll go here.
I mean, it's
Ah, but then I can't
you already
see it.
committed. Yeah, you already committed to this. You're here.
So I would have gone all the way then if I had to keep moving.
Okay. Cool. You have control again. I didn't need to. Well,
So then I guess can I like try to get in front of him if I'm moving all the way, like just to try to block him off?
you barely cannot. Actually, wait. Doing that would provoke an attack of opportunity.
Oh. Well,
Actually, wait. No, you already moved up that close. Oh, hold on.
isn't he already like
This is
too
such a
busy?
I don't think we've ever just done full-on sprints before. Like this is
This
so foreign. to me.
chasing is annoying.
Yeah.
I,
He takes a hack at you, and he whiffs over your head.
this feels like a cartoon now. So I want to try to get in front of him since he's already taken this attack, and try to like block him off.
Right, but that was another 30 feet, wasn't it?
Well, if aren't I like committing to a full run now? Since you know.
No, because
No?
you stopped right there to look for the web, and then you just started running again.
Okay. Then I'm stuck here.
Okay. Kynan.
I'm a bitch. Sorry, Nereus. I want to try to do entangle, like
Just do it.
entangle far enough ahead where it's not going to hit Van, but Kynan's or not Kynan. Nereus is right next to him, so it would hit them both.
Can I use my Oracle powers to sense that Kynan's trying to do something strategical and just yell, "Just do it, Kynan!"
I mean, I'm doing that. I yell "Sorry, Nereus" before I do it.
Okay, so you're casting Entangle where?
casting entangle, like
Here,
oh, hold on.
Let's make this easy.
Oh,
More black.
I'm just gonna reset the fog
I
at this
think,
point.
I think as he says sorry, Nance, I'd kind of turn to him and be like, oh shit, what are you about to do?
I cast it with the center being right here, so Van would not get hit if I cast it here.
Okay, go for it. How does Entangle? Or I can look it up. I'm sorry.
You just need to make a save.
I am not a smart
Oh, yeah,
man.
I need to know what save it is.
I purchased Tangle Effects too.
Reflex
What
save.
the fuck kind of long ass range is that? Okay.
I don't know. It's 400 feet plus 40 feet of level.
Wait, you should have done them from the get-go, man.
No, you're right. I remember to do it now. That's what matters.
Okay, what's the save?
Entangled. It's a reflex save, I think.
What's your DC?
DC of this check is equal.
No, it doesn't matter. He fails. I rolled a 2. He's entangled.
Yeah, I don't remember. I have no idea how ranger spells work, so I don't know what my spell DC is.
That's fine. That's more of a
I
druid
think
spell,
it-
but
I think it's your level -4 because since you get your spells later or something. So if you're at 4th level, it should be caster level 0 or something. If I understand it right, I don't know. I've never played a ranger.
it's your wisdom mod plus the spell level. That's the DC.
Oh, is it?
My wisdom mod is 3.
So it would have been 14.
Okay.
He tries to break it, which he actually succeeds.
What a beast.
This dude's out on the hunt. He wants.
Well, he
out.
wants to get the fuck away from you, assholes.
He wants out.
I need to look at the tangle one more time. What does that mean?
Which that can attempt to break free as a move action, making strength
As a
or
move
escape
action, yeah.
artistic.
So now he has a standard action, which I mean, 2, 3.
He has to provoke an attack of opportunity.
Oh my god.
Well, technically not, because he can use that 5-foot move first.
But then that
Yeah.
means he can't use another move. Because a 5-foot is a fancy.
Oh, that's
Move
a
action.
Oh yeah, that's right. We declared that, didn't we?
Oh, that's right. Never mind. We did.
So he goes.
So if he wants to
here, I
take a
believe.
regular move action move, he'd provoke an attack of opportunity, right?
No, because he's
He's
not
good-
going from one square into another square of yours.
But leaving a threatened zone provokes attack of opportunity unless you use withdraw. Which I don't know if you can use withdraw when you're limited on. Well, no, because he had to use a move action to break free. So he.
But
if
then
you
he
want-
can make a standard a move action.
Yeah, but it still takes a whole turn to withdraw.
Wait, what?
It takes. It
no,
takes
no, no,
a
no, no, no,
full-
no! I just saw something weird.
Like 90% sure I should have gotten an attack of opportunity a little while ago.
I wasn't gonna argue it. I was just gonna wait. and
Yeah.
Talk about it later.
Is a full round action. The only movement you can take during a full round is a 5-step before, during, or after the action.
And he can't use a 4-round action if he used a move to break free.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, that provokes an attack of opportunity.
You better hit after arguing.
That's a hit.
Oh,
Roll for
I'm
damage.
hitting.
That's a hit. Roll for damage.
I was about to type 2 or D26, but I don't think that's quite what I want.
You stagger him. And he falls in the mud, turned around with his falchion out. Van, you're up.
Holy shit.
Accept his death honorably or something.
What?
Never mind. Do your thing.
I wouldn't go all the way up to him, but I'd move here, just like as my turn.
He like his falchion's pointed at you.
I would dispel. Oh, dispel. There you go. That's the word. I would dispel my flaming sword enchantment. Try
Okay.
to show that like I'm not trying to threaten him.
He's still trying to actively get away. Naeus, you're up.
I want to cast Oracle's Burden on him.
Okay. You cast Oracle's Burden on him. He can only
Okay.
see 30 feet away now.
Well, a will save negates it.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna fail it. Yeah, he failed it.
Okay.
I don't even really need to.
I move up to him then afterwards.
Is that a spell-like ability, or is that like an actual cast? Like,
It's a second level spell.
man, I'm gonna just assume I can spellcraft that and be like, you get off on this, don't you?
This is the first time I've ever bestowed something like this to something else.
Okay.
So-
never mind. I think that.
I don't really want to try and do this if I don't need to, but I feel like we may need to do this for now.
As you say that, I guess I'd still kind of be piecing together like what I learned from the spell. I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing? But I just kind of
Kinda.
stand there and watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really want to just plant another arrow in his head, but no, I wouldn't do that. I'd take my sword out and move. How far could I move? 1, 2. Start moving closer.
Okay.
Both of them are right there. If he tries to run away, they'll be able to fuck him up.
So
Yeah, I'm walking over.
yeah, you guys hear him growl, and like he's still extremely aggressive. I should point out, and so the fact you moved up next to him is really hilarious. Van, you hear him say, "You kill my friends, I need to return the favor," and he swings at you. Yes.
Okay.
Be a little more. Well, never mind.
What's your AC?
20.
Does not hit. I need to get back under my layer. He takes one more
It's
point of
boo
damage.
boo. It's boo boo. It's boo boo.
Van, you're up.
I'd look towards Nance and say, "Are you taking the helm on this one?"
You stopped attacking, so I thought you had something to find out from him. But if you want me to go ahead and finish this up, I will.
Your friends called you the. I'm talking to the orc at this point. Let's say in Orcish, your friends called you the small one. I'm assuming
What?
there's people back at your camp that would like to see you. Alive.
I am not small one. We call other small one. He left.
Well, that's important.
You're human. You just the rest, the two of you just basically just they sound like grunts at this point.
Yeah. I'd look towards Nance and just say, or just like shake my head and say, "It's up to you."
Well, I was gonna say it's been like 6 seconds again. He just takes another swing at you, Naeus.
Well, okay, it's not. It hasn't been. Van's turn didn't end, so I would have totally like attacked.
It sunk into the ground.
If it's been 6 seconds, I'm already over here then, because
Yeah.
I've been walking the whole
No,
time.
that's fair too. That's fair too.
Ah!
That was to hit. Yeah. Throw it in. That puts him down.
I thought that was the last one, but I think one of them already got away.
So we have to be worried. We have to worry about being ambushed now.
Possibly. These orcs, they really act like a community. And I know it's going to sound strange to say, but they don't seem as fierce as the orcs we fought in the past. And I just... I don't know about
Maybe
you,
this-
but I was expecting a certain level of cruelty from them. And I just don't know if we saw that here. They actually cared for each other.
What are you getting at?
I mean, I think you're right. Usually they have this ferocity, but now that you mention it, I didn't really get that either. It just kind of, I don't know. There's something. Maybe there's someone else involved.
I mean,
Anyways.
it's too late to pass judgments. Maybe we just got lucky. I feel like perhaps we just put them down too quickly. But we'll have to wait and see.
Fair enough.
Hmm.
Probably the ears from these ones bring back some proof.
Oh, right.
All right. Thank you for.
Thanks for actually remembering.
Take notes.
Well, I guess I just kind of let my sword dissipate and we go on. What kind of supplies did these guys have on them?
Really, they were pretty bare bones. It looks like they were just kind of like
Just
Out.
hunting, really?
yeah, out hunting.
Just out to hunt? All right.
I'm grabbing the ears of the like 5 or whatever it was.
So I want to hold on. You guys were like here probably when you ran into them.
Okay. I ask everyone if they took if they got hit at all during that engagement.
Fine.
Yeah, I took a pretty big hit. Could use a little healing.
Bah!
Bow,
That's
bow,
wow.
bow,
That's
bow.
perfect. Good as new.
I'll do this one on myself. Haha!
Okay. Well, can we take a break?
Sure.
Cool.
Owls.
I'll be right back.
Alright.
I need to make a call.
I'm going to check the Warframe alerts. A broken cell. Oh, for a second I kind of actually got excited. I thought that was a potato.
Oh no, there goes the headphone.
I still need to get the Total Eclipse mod. Did you do that alert yet, Mike?
Yeah.
Oh, it's only excavation, so it probably doesn't need very much, huh?
I don't know. One of them was really difficult, but I think that one's over already.
The blue potato.
Yeah. Or maybe, I don't know. I think it was a mod. I did it with Ian.
Oh, maybe it was a Total Eclipse because that one's a nightmare mission.
Oh, yeah. It was that one. It was
Well,
like 20 to 20 something excavation.
That I don't know then.
It would be fine. I was struggling because I couldn't get enough energy to replenish. Like, we kept taking small hits. and I
Right.
couldn't maintain enough energy as well as like keeping up DPS to, stay relevant. So it was difficult.
Do you want me to give you my flow, or did you get one already?
I'm just gonna farm for one. I'm already like doing void runs. I got a lot of mods today actually, so I'll just get one on my own. Appreciate the offer though.
So I have a question. Why is Post Malone a meme now?
What?
Why is this guy Post Malone a meme now?
Post Malone. I don't know who that is.
Didn't either until I had to Google him today because I was seeing a bunch of memes.
I just want one Nightian extract, so that way I can just make this thing.
Either of you go on Facebook and just look at the
No.
Zesty Supreme, the page
I do not use Facebook.
all Post Malone memes.
Oh boy.
I have no fucking idea why.
I'd love if Warframe actually, didn't take 3 years to update. Does Warframe do that for you? Just take 3 years to check content?
Yeah. So I don't know, like, was that fight easy?
I
I just feel like we got lucky with our rolls. Like, I feel like could have not been easy. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
we never got. I feel like if we got hit more than we only got hit like once each, almost.
Yeah, it was javelins and
So-
then they rolled an 11 on me. So
took 6 damage. That's it.
Do you want me to heal you?
No, like I say that out of the character. In character, Kynan just said, "I'm fine. Don't use your healing on yourself.
Don't use my healing on myself.
Use your
What?
healing on yourself."
Oh. Well. I feel like we did get lucky. Usually orcs kind of do damage, but they didn't seem to do damage
and they took
comparatively.
like their AC was very low. So
Yeah. I got more platinum discounts. Yay!
Hey, see.
It's fun to drop one immediately in the surprise round. That was cool.
yeah, that's fucking mad.
The what?
It was fun to just drop one of the orcs immediately in the surprise round
Yeah, that
before
was
initiative
sick.
even started.
Maybe you took out the big guy. That'd been nice.
I mean, maybe we
Mike,
don't
do
know.
you want to go on the credit mission with me since I got my daily bonus?
I'm in a mission right now.
What kind of mission?
Spy. Or here, can you join?
If I join, it's gonna
I
ruin
wasn't gonna
my
be gone that long.
first mission bonus.
Oh. Usually when we take breaks, it's like 10 minutes, so I just assumed.
Oh, I just wanted to get up and get some brownies and make a call.
Okay, that's fine.
Brownies.
I'll quit the mission. Here, ready to go.
I don't think we've ever talked brownies before, Blake. You love brownies?
I have not had a brownie in years.
It'll be before you haven't.
My girlfriend was just over, so I made her sloppy joe mac and cheese, and she made brownies.
I like
What
it.
are these? Jackson.
I don't know. Why is this a thing? I'm just showing you examples.
Alright,
It's just-
are we good to go again?
Yeah, I closed out at work, man.
Okay.
Well, we'll do the credit mission once we're done with this, I guess.
Who is this person even, dude?
Post Malone?
It's some meme man.
No, it's Post Malone. What about him?
Why is he a meme?
What do you mean? Why is Post Malone a meme?
A meme now.
He's a meme because people like you keep posting this shit.
There's this page on Facebook called Zesty Supreme that the only memes that they've posted for the last like 4 days are these.
Well, Post Malone's also touring with I don't know if it's Justin Bieber, but I think it might be like it's someone who's a big deal. I can look it up real quick. Gucci Mane, Logic, and Post Malone. Oh wait, no, that they're performing at MTV Music Video Awards. That's good for them. Yeah, I don't know. White Iverson, dude. So, you guys cleaned up that pack of orcs?
Got the ears.
Yeah. And there wasn't really anything useful on them, it seemed. In terms of supplies.
Well, you have their weapons. You have some javelins and
I wouldn't
They're
carry
falchions.
too much, just because I don't want to have to worry about carrying a bunch of weapons around.
I don't really care for their javelins or their weapons. I just want supplies. And they didn't seem to have any, so I'm not really worried.
you look a little bit in the distance. And actually,
I was about to ask how far away we are, roughly, from the first location.
well, Kynan, give me a perception check. Sorry, this is only 2 Kynan.
Damn it.
Ah, 15's high enough. Your passive perception's ridiculous. I should just assume anything over 15 is fine, or anything 15 and under is fine. You notice some tracks and a dead deer.
Like, what kind of tracks? Like, I'd want to... If I'd look closer.
Well, you investigate it. It looks like orc tracks, and none of them belong to the orcs that you guys have downed. So it seems this little one that was referred to, because they aren't as big tracks, was the one carrying the deer who dropped it and ran.
And I think you were right. I think one got away. Pointed out.
Alright.
What do we want to do? Do we want to just continue as normal? Just keeping a bit of
Hey,
a stricter guard, or what?
we might want to take it slow, just to be on the safe side.
Yeah, I think if I could get some time just to get my spells back, that would definitely help me.
How long do you need for that?
8 hours.
We should probably. How far are we away from this next area, Van?
At the rate we've been going, it'd take us about another half day. Maybe less.
What time
So
of day
we-
is it now about?
So we would be able to get there by nightfall if we wanted to. Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Well, then we should try to travel half the distance there, just rest, take it quote unquote easy for what kind of situation we're in, and work from there on the next day.
It's good to me. I can do the. Since we only made it like an hour, and like that fight happened while I was still doing the other thing, like the going slowly and stealthily thing. We can just do that.
Yeah, let's
For
just keep it
the rest of the way.
Let's just keep it slow till we're about. How we are that far. And you know what? Let's go another like. Do you guys say 3-ish miles? How about that? Do you guys agree with that? And then we'll just set up camp for the evening, and
What-
then just.
What day is it? Like more or less.
Yeah,
It's about
it's
a
about
a tiny bit past noon, right?
mid-afternoon, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. You can go a couple more miles, taking it slow and carefully.
Might want to hide in the. Unfortunately, hide in the trees, but
I'll go ahead like I was before we ran into this group and like 40, 50 feet.
Okay. Sounds good.
all right, and we are off.
That's
Cool.
That's crazy.
That's your stealth. Okay. Continuing on.
I only get bonuses like that to diplomacy.
You guys get
I
about
have like no diplomacy, so we need you to do that.
you guys get about 2 hours out, which I want to say would be about
Well, no, we're gonna be going to like about here, and we're gonna set up camp for the rest of the evening, and then we're gonna spend the rest of the day dealing with this actor.
Yeah, so you guys get about here. I need a perception check from you, Kynan. Yeah. You notice an orc. And a smaller orc, probably a child, going through bushes and actually like sort of like gathering.
Gathering.
Yeah. And you're looking at the path and like you would recognize this as they're probably looking for herbs.
Okay. We get about like as far as
got-
we wanted to.
Like a sack on her back that she's been kind of funneling stuff into. And the little one's looking for stuff too.
We gotten about as far as we wanted to. Like-
yeah, where you are now.
Okay, so I'd want to like work my way back slowly and just make sure that Van and Naeus get off the road properly so that we're not seen. And back and just watching, I guess.
I take a glance at the road one last time as we leave it, and as we go into the forest.
Okay, so you guys are fine. So kind of you work your way back towards it then.
Just about as far as I was, just to somewhere I can just like watch.
Okay. Cool. You're just watching. You're not moving.
I just want to see what they're doing.
Yeah, no, they're just kind of gathering at this point. And they're working their way around and let's see. I need stealth checks from Van and Naeus.
Great.
Okay.
I was hoping they'd be far enough back up the road that they wouldn't be seen, but okay.
Whoa!
Impressive.
See, I had an inherent bonus I was gonna give.
I wasn't really trying to be stealthy to begin with, I think.
I think I
So-
was. I was just failing at it.
I can't really make an effort to be stealthy.
Naeus, shut up.
What? Why? What's wrong?
And so, yeah, that's the thing. You, this kid's kind of like playing in a different bush, and the other orc is kind of far enough away. And yeah, it's kind of you're sitting there and you hear clank, 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 and you and the kid looks up and is like, "What?" Back behind where, or back behind you, kind of, to, hey, let's see. Oh yeah. Kid runs off.
Fuck! I don't do anything. Like I just gotta stay where I am.
What? So I can see kind of invisibly flipping out, right?
I don't know. Is it visible when kind of trying to be stealthy, but
I mean, like the way you described it like that, I wouldn't have really had the chance to shout at Naeus to shut up. So no, I'd just be still in my spot.
okay. The kid comes back with the orc in hand and is pointing, like not at you, but in your direction.
Can I try to stealthily work my way over to where Naeus is?
Yeah, you're still moving slowly enough. You can hold that.
Okay, when I get back, it's like you gotta stay quiet. I think they heard you.
Who?
It's a kid, like a mom or something. I don't know what to do.
I'm
Yeah,
just kind of like,
You hear more discussion.
What do you want me to do, Kynan? I can't really. I don't. What do you want me to do? Be less clanky with my armor that I can't help to be clanky in?
Kind of.
Van, give me perception.
Oh boy. Uno momento.
As quiet as you can, and we'll work from there, and then I try to resume stealth.
Kind of, you hear speech. Van, you translate it out to. They picked up the wrong goddamn horn. We need to go. We need to go. And like you hear shuffling, and the orc and the kid are scurrying down the road.
Look over at Van if I can see him.
I'm gonna-
Hearing speech that I don't understand.
I'm gonna say in Orcish, wait, we're lost. Please.
Okay,
They don't turn around. They don't turn around.
Fuck. That was another shot.
stealthing again, just keeping an eye on Van and Naeus to see just like what happens next.
I mean, I'm just continuing to walk. I mean, I quote unquote attempt to stealth, but I mean, I can't. I don't really know what I'm trying to stealth against. I'm wearing heavy armor. I can't really put effort into it.
Being like half
For the sake of Kynan, I look like I'm putting in effort, but it's just I can't really be bothered.
I think I would see you struggling and just like put a hand on your shoulder and just be like, just stand still. Just...
I look down and say, "Oh, okay."
I got to work my way back to the road just to like see what's happening.
Yeah, you get back to the road. You don't see anyone down the road. You just hear the wind and the rustling of leaves.
Stay there for like 5 to 10 minutes, just watching, at least.
Okay. 5-10 minutes go by.
Yeah, I wouldn't move until I got the get-go from...
Yeah, you don't see anything. No more progression. You see wildlife every once in a while, but... you spend that time looking down the road a little bit more, and actually the trees start to get a little thicker.
Give it another like 5 minutes, just seeing what I can see from where I am. And after that, I'd go back.
So...
Okay. So if there's no other movement, I go back.
Yeah, there isn't.
Okay, they're gone. There's nothing around right now. What did they say? What did you say, Van?
They said something about a horn. I tried to tell them to wait because we were lost, but they just scurried off before I could actually get them to respond.
I think it's a pretty safe bet that the element of surprise is gone.
Well, I've been studying up on some alteration magic. Something I've been studying since I left home. I could attempt to make myself look like an orc. It's very risky because they won't recognize me, but it could be used, in a dire situation. I speak the language, and that might be enough.
Things don't seem all that smart.
That just seems like a last resort kind of thing, because it seems like unusual to how most orcs seem to be. They have some sort of like, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word, but just being together.
Yeah.
Did you hear any of them say anything about where they were going to? Like, the ones that were running away?
I have no idea.
Ian, that did look like a kid, right?
Oh yeah, totally. It's like half the other orc size.
Okay, so, like, that was a fucking kid that I just saw that hurt us. That tells me that there's some sort of established community or something, probably not that far from here.
Well, doesn't the map show that we're pretty close?
Did Lieutenant Poole tell us anything about what we might expect to find at any of these locations, or was our mission just to figure out what we're finding?
I think he said we were supposed to be scouting,
You guys
but
keep talking, I heard a knock. Hold on. I'm muted out. Sorry. Go on.
Yeah,
We-
I think
Okay.
Our goal is just to scout, if I understand correctly. We don't necessarily have to engage in anything. It's just we have to try to gather information.
Did give
Such
us
that
the
it'd be
kill on
better to-
site order for orcs that we should consider.
yeah,
Consider
we
it to be
said that
one
we
fight.
should look towards small skirmishes as opposed to like full blown
Big scale fights.
So,
Battles, right?
Don't
I
know
think
if there is a. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, good. I'm still thinking about what I'm trying to say.
If there is a community like a few miles ahead. I don't know how close we'll reasonably be able to get to it. I don't know how close we should even try to get to it.
Well,
It's just enough to
one thing that
confirm it
works
is what
to
it
our
is.
advantage- Sorry. One thing that works to our advantage is that we caught up with the small orc, meaning they haven't been warned of us yet, presumably.
So they're being warned of us now.
Well, if we continue moving forward, instead of setting up camp, we could at least put eyes on the encampment, see what it looks like, and relay any information back. If we wait until later, there's more than likely going to be stronger defenses. It might be more difficult to actually put a visual on this thing. It's a risk, especially for me, but it might be our best chance, especially with you, Colin. I mean, you seem to be really good at, or you just seem to be in your element right now.
I can
We
advance
also will
when I
be
need to.
pushing. It's also going to be pushing our bodies probably more than we want to. So it's going to be, we'll probably be looking pretty bad the next day. We might have to slow down travel the next day just to kind of catch up if we're going to really, keep going later than.
I don't think we're looking
Just
at any
not
other fights tonight if we can help it.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily in terms of fighting, but just fatigue. I think fatigue might catch up to us if we try to push something too far tonight.
Well, one thing that just came to mind, I can still summon mounts for us, which I probably should have thought about earlier. But if we need to take a break, we could summon the mounts and just ride. Granted, we'll still be fatigued, but at least we'll be making good time as opposed to slowing ourselves down. It could get us at least a day's away before, it could get us away enough that we're safe and we could set up camp and then continue on later.
It's only slightly over a day of total travel time to get here. Trying to make a good camp here, maybe even a little bit further back down the road, and then just move up in whatever time we have left today. Get a lay of the land, and then head back the way we came.
I think that's a good option.
All right.
Best of both worlds.
Comfortable stealthing forward to get to scout without some kind of backup semi close by, so we'll have to move up at least a little bit together, and then I can go the rest of the way and see what I see.
I'd just like to note that if I do summon these 3 mounts in an emergency situation, it basically means that I won't be able to do anything else magically. I'll just be fighting with my sword.
We won't come to that. Can use them if all goes according to plan. We can just use them tomorrow to get back to Deanly quickly.
Okay, that sounds good.
Let's go. Let's get this done.
All right.
I'd love to, but okay. Hello.
Yo, I've been here. I got back like literally 30 seconds ago. So what's the plan?
So are we gonna try to move just like a little bit closer so that backup can be nearby, and then I'll self forward just to try to confirm that there is a established community of orcs at this
Basically,
location?
The plan. It sounds like the plan is kind of we want to go and scout this place tonight, and then move away the same night. Like, just go, put visual on it, then leave, and then set up camp, and then head back.
Like the next day.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys have to get into scout, and that's all of you?
Those two aren't coming the whole way. I don't want to go like all the way in without backup, so we need to go at least a little bit further as a group, and then I'd go the rest of the way.
I would actually send my raven with you.
Sounds good. We are about
I
How
don't
far
like him,
can you-
Colonel. He smells bad.
It's not.
Far,
I have no words. I'll come back to that one. How about that?
how far? I mean, I'm assuming I didn't hear I didn't understand the Raven. Like I just saw.
Terrorists.
I just saw Venom acting weird.
Yeah, I kind of be like
Orcs
looking at the Raven
in
like,
the settlement.
Wait.
Settlement. Orcs. Leaving.
Psychomantis.
Psychomantis.
I just feel like, wait. What is going on? But I like wouldn't really, because I'm just assuming I'm more tired than I thought.
How far can you send your Raven away from you?
Sorry, what?
Far away can you like send your Raven away from you and still be able to do shit through it?
Within a mile.
Okay, so we'd have to go another mile and a half or so together, and then I could go the last mile. Oh my god, typing. Seriously typing. Okay, is that a plan?
I know, you all did.
Yeah, so I guess that's just how that happens.
Okay.
Like, I hate to say it, but like, what? So wait, are you gone? Conan?
Oh.
Oh, okay.
How often do you guys catalog your stuff? Maybe that's a better question.
I'm gonna stay out of this.
I'm so lost right now, I don't know what's happening.
Well, who has the bag of holding?
Hi.
How often do you catalog the stuff that's in the bag of holding?
Probably every time I go get trail rations. So, at least once a day.
Do you stick your head in there to, like, find everything?
If I really need to, but I can't really see. I just kind of...
Can you
touch
think
and
about
feel.
everything that's in the bag of holding?
Go on.
No, I'm asking you.
I mean, I'm aware that there's an axe in there somewhere. And I know where the general spot of the axe is in the bag of holding. And I keep the trail of rations away
You're
from
so-
the axe.
Well, now you're getting colder, but you were so warm for a second. Never mind.
What are you talking about?
Doesn't matter. So you send the Raven with...
Are you referring to the axe? What do you? You know, I'm gonna roll a diplomacy check on you to tell me what's
All my
going on.
shit's fine, that's all I know. All my shit's fine.
Am I missing something all of a sudden? Like,
you
what's-
three have been missing something for like the past month or two
Yeah, okay,
or three
alright.
or four.
Okay.
what do you?
Never mind, it doesn't matter. So tell me what the...
Wait, hold on. So, I talked to Conan and I'd be like, so, after you're about a mile out, I'm gonna go cold. I'm not gonna be able to feel anything my Raven feels, and vice versa. So, if anything happens, I'll just have to trust that you're okay.
Okay.
I wish there was some other way for us to
Yeah.
communicate with each other, but I think this is the best shot we got.
I'm really curious.
I give Kynan the potion of shield, and say you may need this. It gives you some extra. What are you laughing at, Ian?
I'm laughing at myself right now.
All of my shit
Okay.
is fine. All
Okay,
of my
Ian.
shit is fine. This is freaking me out.
If I suddenly am missing something, Ian, tell me right now as I search for shield.
I can't tell you what you're missing. You have to remember.
What?
Don't you have like the list of bag of holding stuff or not?
Yes, I do. And the only thing I don't have on there are scrolls. Other than that,
But no, we identified them.
right, one is supposed to be some defense thing. Oh my god, Ian.
This is like
Stop laughing!
this is like freaking me out. It's like I all of my shit is accounted for.
You shouldn't have told him anything. Mike, do you just want to say it? Just say it. You have permission.
Oh, you know
I
what?
think- I think we can-
I'll
I
take
think
my
we can
Raven
handle-
back.
I
I'll
think
take
we-
my Raven back. I just recalled that I was doing research on Vince Denzel's earrings, the ones that let us magically communicate from any distance.
I think we can handle not metagaming, is what I was about to say.
Yeah,
Okay, we
have
haven't investigated the earrings. That's why I haven't really like
I was
thought
doing
about it.
research on them, but I haven't really had a chance to look at them. But I think now would be a great time because
Here you go.
Okay. Okay.
Have the earrings.
we established before that there's infinite range as far as we know, but we don't know if there's anyone listening in. As long as we don't constantly communicate, we could kind of just send each other messages without actually giving away our locations. So even if there is someone listening, at least we're in contact with each other, and we know that we're safe.
And guess what you
guess-
hear if I'm not okay?
And it's probably hard for them to gather a signal for some random spot that who knows the earrings have gone to.
That
we
all
just
that was
dis-
about the damn earrings.
What are you talking about? The damn earrings. I've been suffering for like the past month because none of you fucking remembered what they were.
Well, we haven't had like a relevant use for them until now, anyway.
The
so-
the earrings, I've just assumed that I haven't really worried about them because they were going to backfire and like we were gonna figure out how they worked sometime.
I'm not a magic person. What do you want from me? Okay, but so yeah, how about this? We'll use Jenga again. That's the code word for if I need help.
Jenga. Okay.
Hear nothing. I'm fine. If you hear Jenga, save me.
Yeah, I'll head in that direction.
Okay.
So, I guess I'll give you one, and I'll take the other.
Right. Before I go, let's just to try to figure out how to send a message through the earrings. Like I try to say that into it to see if I'm doing it right.
They work. Do they still work?
They do, in fact. Before you get that, you gotta ring, 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 ring. Phone. No, you know. Yeah, no, it goes through the earring just fine, and it kind of throws you off. You're not used to hearing out of one ear only. The idea of a phone is a very foreign one.
So I guess I would try to like communicate back, experiment with it.
Yeah, you know what? I think the last time you had anything with any semblance of that was when you were working with Liam a long time ago, and you would fuck with you and send you messages.
I think I kind of chuckle like from the nostalgia of it, but then realize the situation and be like, okay,
It works.
It's fine on
That's
my
how it
end.
works. Okay. That's what's most important. So unless there's anything else you think I should head out with, I can head off. Go see what I can see. Report back.
oh, you know what? I would hand you the ever-burning torch that I got off the cleric and just say, you may or may not need this. Just take it, because you'll definitely put it to better use than we would here anyway.
To be aware, can I put it in my bag without setting all my shit on fire?
Yeah, of course you can.
Yeah, you have
It
to light
doesn't
still.
produce heat. It just is a light source.
Okay, just for purposes of stealth, I might not want to have it out the entire time.
You still have to light it, don't you?
It just burns forever.
Ah. Oh shit.
Okay, this will probably come in handy. All right.
I mean, you could probably put a cloth over it to like kind of cover the light a little bit, but it just burns forever without producing heat or burning anything.
Okay, good to know. I'm gonna go now.
All right. You set off on your solo mission.
Okay. What do you want? I want myself.
Yeah, of course I do.
Not a great roll.
Okay. Okay. Alright. I think because you're thrown off that you don't have any backup and that like anything that can happen, you're like on edge and like maybe ready to bolt if something happens.
Ready to Jenga.
Yeah, ready to Jenga. Ready to topple everything over. Say fuck it, this game's over.
Over.
Yeah.
GG no re.
Game over, man. Huh.
while this is all happening, I'd be jotting down everything in the notebook.
Okay, cool. So,
I read my book while he's writing in his book.
with a stealth check
My-
oh, sorry.
My book of Hammer and Tongs, the forging of metal and other good works.
Oh boy.
You start reading it over, and you realize that it was just a translation of Forbidden Love, but in Dwarven.
Oh my god. I wouldn't even know the contents of whatever. Oh my god.
Okay, yeah, maybe you don't realize. Maybe-
Eventually, it just become BS about, instead of like some story about gods or whatever, it just become this, and I'd just be like mad.
The relationship between halfling and dwarf? Yes.
Yeah, I'd just be like, wait, this isn't, and I'd just be upset.
I'm kidding. So, you get close enough to see. At this point, there are 3 guards at the end of the road. There is no wall for this encampment. There, you count from your perspective, 6 huts and a good amount of people. In fact, there seems to be a gathering at the middle of it.
All seem to be orcs.
Yes. Orcs of many shapes and sizes. The guards that are at the front, though, are geared a lot better than the ones that you guys encountered on the road.
I wouldn't stay for too long. Just get a really good look at like what the setup is, about how many guards I could see, like how many huts. Like you already told me that kind of stuff.
Yeah, how many guards you see, at least at the end you were at, because you see 2. You also see one that's branching off the other side. You can't make out everything over there. Like I said, you see 3 orcs, and they're in half plate. That's it.
As soon as I feel like I've gotten a good sense of what the encampment is, like size and how well geared the guards are and stuff, I'll head back.
Cool.
Okay.
Well, yeah, you make it back. Yeah, I don't know. What else.
Okay. So far so good. I say as I like when I get back. There's one significant encampment over there. I counted 3 orcs that looked like guards. There could have been more. They were geared a lot better than the ones we fought earlier today, like half plate. Did I get a look at the weapons?
You did. They have long. Oh shit! What kind of weapons do they have?
They have long swords.
Long sword. What are they called?
Great swords? Great axes?
No, glaives.
Ooh.
No, they're not. Yeah, they're glaives.
Okay, so a couple guard type orcs geared very well, half plate, long like glaive things. This didn't look like a military encampment. There were a lot of different like sizes and like shapes. Even that sounds weird coming out of my mouth, but that's what I saw. Like, a proper community. There was some sort of gathering happening in the middle of it. I was a bit too far away to like see what they were doing. Not that I could have fucking understood it anyway if I was closer. A sizable encampment. Take a large fight and the willingness to slaughter if Pool, whatever his name is, wants to clear this one out. We've got what we need. Assuming it's late enough at night that we should make camp and then head back to Deanwy the next day.
Shouldn't
Assuming
do we want to try to skip over if we have enough information on here? Shouldn't we try to go to the next orc town, or do you feel?
I get a sense of where the other path was. Like it looks like it's a few miles away, so I might not.
We have a map, don't we?
Well, knowing how to get over there, like seeing a good path to get from this path to the other one.
Yeah, actually, you didn't see a very good way of getting over there. Like, it would probably make a lot of noise, and it would be difficult terrain to pass, especially for those other two. But you could do it feasibly.
Okay, well, I'd relay that information. It would be difficult to get to that other path this other path on the map pointing to it without going through the camp, and I don't think that we can really feasibly go through the camp.
Well, if we go around, we could probably use the magic horses to make up for lost time, can't we?
If you two want to try it, like I'm okay with that, but it would not be an easy trek for you two. Be like a couple miles if we went from here through like the middle of a forest to get to the other side.
I look towards Vonnegut. Do you want to try and continue to the town north, or do you want to go back to Deanwy?
I think we have the resources to continue north. I just feel like we should set up camp for the night and then continue in the morning.
Of course.
Right.
Of course. Well, let's set up camp here, and then I'm pretty confident I can lead us through the forest to get to that other path, and then we can head north.
Okay.
Just,
Cool.
yeah, go for it.
Well, you guys set up camp then. It sounds like.
Okay.
And
I make sure to give everyone their ration.
Oh, I'm marking this as a battle spot, by the way, so don't delete the little red thing.
I almost did, but I remembered that's not for me to fuck with unless I'm moving your guys' token around.
No.
Okay. So I give everyone rations and water and all that jazz.
Whoops.
Okay, cool. Well, let's see. How late do you guys want to go?
Well, how do you feel?
Well, we've only gone 2.5 hours so far, I think, right? No, yeah,
Yeah.
2.5. Okay. Yeah, let's play a little bit longer. Okay, so what's the green mean?
It's a safe area.
Safe is an interesting way to phrase it, but
My headset just stopped counting my uhs.
Why does your headset count your us?
Because it feels like it.
Wait. Okay.
It's imitating Minecraft noises.
Can I get like drink and food real quick?
Sure, I mean,
Give me a sec.
I actually want to get some drink and some food as well. Be right back.
I got warm because I just haven't been drinking it this entire time. My first job offer since graduating.
oh, congrats, dude.
I'm gonna call them and tell them I don't want the job. Probably tomorrow.
Oh, that's rough.
Well, it's not a job I want, and it's a job that's only guaranteed through like the end of October.
Mhm.
It's like almost $17 an hour, which is very solid. But worth it.
my foot. Okay, sorry.
You good? I don't know if we have everyone on.
Bio break.
Yeah, I guess again. Apparently, people got used to my 10-minute disappearances.
Oh, I don't know. I just I thought the break was gonna be like a longer break, so.
Oh.
What?
I kind of did that today.
That one took me a second.
I did that a lot today.
Oh, are we playing again or what?
Wait. That's fine.
I totally missed the eclipse today.
Sorry. You didn't miss much, honestly.
Like I was in Logan Square in Chicago. It was just like I stepped outside at like 1 o'clock to get the mail for that office, and then just looked up at the sky to see if it looked any darker than it normally would on that kind of cloudy day, and it really didn't look any darker.
Mike.
Hmm? God
It,
damn it.
it did get darker.
Why is this?
Yeah, I just didn't see that part.
This is incredible.
Why does it exist?
Put the bunny back in the box.
It's right, left, right. What?
I'm Castor Troy! Yeah! I'm Castor Troy! Woo! I'm Castor Troy!
Did you appreciate the Jenga reference?
Yes,
I
it
did.
did. I got it.
A very subtle reference. It's just a very specific one. Oh, Ian,
Huh?
you might like actually appreciate this. Actually, Michael probably would too. Saw on like I go on the D&D Reddit sometimes because there's some cool stories there.
Yeah.
Like there was one where someone was kind of going off on the difference between being willing to not always make the most optimal decision as a character, like to stay in character, like characters
Of
make
course.
times, and intentionally going out of your way to do stuff that fucks the rest of the party.
Oh yeah.
The classic example being like a party trying to plan how to manage an encounter, and the barbarian guy playing the barbarian says like, my barbarian's dumb and doesn't give a fuck about plans, so he just charges, and then
Yeah.
putting the party at risk of a TPK.
That's true.
I like that. Not good. Then the example given of the right way to do it was Grog from Critical Role. Or like pretty much every time they're trying to plan something, he always suggests to just kick the door down and just fuck everybody up because that's what he wants to do.
Right.
That plan always gets shut down because there are smarter characters in the party, and then he doesn't like just do it anyway. He goes along with what the plan is.
Right. Because it's respectful.
Like, and like the dumb shit that he does comes across in like non-combat situations, like trying to barter with a shopkeep and accidentally paying more than he's supposed to because he doesn't know how numbers work.
Right. No, that's good. That's healthy.
There's a right way to play an imperfect character in a wrong way,
Yep.
basically.
I agree with that.
Just thought it was cool. We want to play a barbarian again too. So, kind of excited about seeing Kainen's story go as far as however far it goes.
Wait, where did Blake go?
I don't know.
Kaina Wadeworth said ELAAAAAAKKKKEE.
Did you hear that?
Kaina Wadeworth said SNAAAAAAAAKKKKKKKKKKKEE. Geese Howard said Ezesis. Geese Howard said I yeah. Kaina Wadeworth said loud noises.
Oh, boy.
Geese Howard said
No!
say.
I can't do sprinklers that well anymore.
Oh, I'm not going to do what I was about to. I decided against it, but I was about to do this. Except like copy pasting it like 50 times.
What? The IGHEADCANA said, and they don't come in.
And they don't stop coming, sorry.
Are you ready for this?
Uh-oh.
The Insanity said,
Oh, it's too long.
Naya sorry said Markle said what
So we're all back
Kaina
now.
Wadeworth said fud.
Forgot about that was Ian.
I did not.
Okay, we're all back. Let's play.
Geese Howard said glory holes and where our asses begin. Say.
Okay, let's play. Let's play.
Alright, guys, I think we're gonna end the session. No, I'm not gonna.
Bonfire.
Okay, well, you guys set up camp. Cool, right? Cool. Cool.
Cool.
How do you set up camp?
Yes.
Me first, I guess.
That's not what I mean. Were you on the road?
I think we were off the road already, right?
Yes, we were off the road already when we made camp.
Well, how far off?
I would have pulled them like 40 feet off. Not too far. 40 to 50.
Well, far enough where I can't see the road. I see how it is.
Far enough where people on the road can't see you, hopefully.
Hopefully. Okay, cool. You guys settle down for the night.
Kaina Wadeworth said Spoderman.
Who's third watch?
Me?
Yes.
Give me a perception check. Me.
You know, who is the highest perception?
Gee, I don't know.
It might be me. I'm not sure though.
Oh.
Probably about what I would have rolled.
You see a party approaching from the direction of the encampment.
Do they have torches and all that?
No.
Oh my god.
No, they don't.
I'm going to. How far off are they?
At the moment, it's hard for you to tell, but you can hear it. And you can see some weird shifting. It looks like 150 feet, but it's kind of undiscernible. Indiscernible? Undiscernible.
Well, they're already coming towards us, so I'm going to. This should work, right? I'm gonna send my raven to wake up Kynan, and I'm gonna go wake up Naeus.
I like that. Kynan?
Fucking bird.
There's pecking on your head. What do you do?
Probably like jump for a moment, but then I think I would realize where I am and that okay, if I'm being woken up, there's a reason. Like I should be quiet.
Okay, it smothers your head.
What?
Like it takes its wings and it wraps its head around your or wraps its wings around your head.
Try to just like quietly push it away.
It's not my fault.
Naeus, you're woken up to Van.
Oh, wait.
There's a party coming our way. Get ready.
You guys set up a campfire, didn't you?
I would have. Yeah.
Did you put it out yet, or would it still be going?
If I were doing watch, I think it'd still be going. I mean, I can't really see it.
I mean, would you put? Yeah, fair. Okay.
Just to be perfectly honest.
I mean, I'm rolling.
I
but
get
it's
my
kinda-
mage armor potion ready since I don't
No
have
one's
it.
told me what's going on yet, so I just I have my bow out, but I'm looking around in every direction because I have no idea where stuff is coming from. Like scanning full 360 until I see something.
Yeah, no, you two see it. I'm trying to think about the reaction.
Oh fuck.
Hmm.
Nothing.
Okay. So, you give me perception checks from. Actually, no. You can hold that 25. Van, you actually hear
I'll humor you.
murmuring in the distance. Well, still, it's pretty nice.
Are they approaching us, or are they just standing there, kind of watching us?
They were for a second. You hear some muttering, and now they're approaching.
Yeah. I wish someone else could speak Orcish.
Can I see where Van and Naeus are looking, or where Van's looking?
Yeah.
I'm going to. Well, luckily, I can sleep in my armor. I'm gonna pull out my sword and stand defensively towards them and say, in Orcish, "There's no need to spill blood tonight."
Okay, so when he says that, I turn around and I look towards whatever direction he's looking.
Yeah, so they stop. Yeah, they're not saying anything. In fact, from your perspective, it looks like they're kind of looking between each other.
Are you friends or foes? We don't mean any harm.
There's no answer.
Listen. Okay. Well, yeah. This is me in character. Sorry.
Yeah, I understand.
Listen. I can speak Orcish, but my friends here don't know the language. If you pose a threat, they might attack. I can't speak for them. I need to know now, so I can communicate to them. Are you a threat or not?
There's just silence for now. There's this weird, eerie pause between everything.
Do they appear
And then,
to be orcs, or is it just like
It's hard for you to tell.
okay?
I'm sitting still staring at Van, trying to see what he's looking at, but otherwise just reading his reaction to figure out what's going on.
I'm gonna start donning my armor until something easy happens. Until then, I'm gonna.
Okay, you start donning, but Van, you hear. Why are you here in this deep, gruff, common, actually?
Common. Wow.
Okay.
If he's speaking common, I'm gonna let someone else talk.
Answer. Why are you here?
I'm gonna look towards Kynan and just be like, "You're up."
What the fuck am I supposed to say? I'm not.
No, Nas, you're up.
We're sightseeing.
Poker face. Poker face. Kind of just poker face.
Give me a poker face roll.
What do I roll for poker face?
No, you're not rolling it. Fucking
What do I roll for poker face?
bluff.
I'm pretty sure you're the only one with any charisma, so.
Yeah, I'm at the 10. For sure.
Not bad, not bad.
What is this vacation you speak of?
That's-
Vacation?
he said so.
We're not on vacation. We're just viewing. We're just exploring the lands, you see.
What? You kind of hear some muttering between them again.
Are we not allowed to view the lands or go and see what the world has to offer? Is that not allowed for us?
There's a little bit more of a pause, and they begin to approach a little bit.
How much armor have I Because how much armor have I donned?
I'm just exploring, don't mind me. You're just like turning yourself into a war machine.
Bro, we're scared. They're scary.
They're pretty spooky.
So they come into view. Kind of one of the orcs that was standing guard is in this party in half plate with a glaive. A couple other orcs
Okay.
and a smaller child. And one of the orcs, not the big burly guy, turns and says, Thrum is actually the only person who can understand this is Van.
Fuck
He
me.
says, are these the ones responsible for orphaning you? Kid looks around, he looks back, and he nods.
Bitch. I know in character I don't know what's going on, but god damn it.
How much armor have I donned at this point, Ian?
I think you're halfway.
Okay.
You have a lot of armor, dude.
I know. Well, it's just breastplate.
It's just...
Can I kind of hush over to Van? Hey, can you help me out really quick, Van?
I'm gonna hold my ground still. Like, I would hear you, but just, like, not break the gaze of...
Right. I mean, you have business. I'm just saying,
So there's this weird silence and standstill. And finally...
As some
the
dude
one
is
who's
just putting his armor on.
yeah. As one of them speaks up and says, blood must be paid for blood that's been taken. Why should we not kill you three now?
I'm guessing
This is
that's still that's uncommon.
Yeah.
Oh. We're just trying to understand the lands. We didn't really have any intentions of slaying anyone here.
The orcs speak between each other. At this point, you count 6 of them.
Annan's just staring at the group, like stone faced.
I'm still working on my armor.
2 of them are in half plate, and they both unsheath their weapons. I need initiative rolls.
How far am I with my armor at this point?
2/3.
Okay, so 2/3. How much would that get me in
I
breastplate?
don't know. You tell me. I'm not working that math out.
I will find out in a while because I have time.
Here, let's rock this. It's been a while. I have no idea how this is gonna go. Shit. So I said there were 6 altogether, correct? One of them is the smaller orc
Okay.
who has like a dagger on his side.
God damn it.
I need to bring up sheets real quick.
So as they unsheath their weapons, I wanted to try one last time to talk. I'll let you do your thing in case it fails or whatever.
No, go for it, please.
I think I'd kind of give them the most sincere look I could, and I guess my sword would kind of be like, I guess my hands would be shaking at this point, and I just look at them and say, people from the town over have been reported missing. People have been kidnapped, children, families, entire bloodlines have been extinguished, and the orcs in this area were named as the cause. I do not want the cycle of bloodshed to continue. I understand that we have wronged you, and I feel horribly sorry for this child that we have orphaned, but we didn't realize what we were doing. And if you attack us, if either side falls today, it's only going to snowball into bigger fights. If we continue to go on our separate ways now,
Kynan's bow would have been out at this point with an arrow in one hand and the bow in the other, but the bow is just kind of lowered
I'd
a little
like to
bit.
note that I'm also trying to stall for time in case this doesn't work. So yeah, I'd go on to say it's like, no matter the victor of the battle tonight, there's still bigger wars to be fought. But if we go our separate ways now, we can at least try to amend fences and move on from this.
So at the point that he finishes that, like Kynan's bow is just kind of down at his side with an arrow in the other hand.
And then I'd look towards
Like
the
hands
smaller-
hands to hands.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'd look towards the smaller orc, and kind of like I put one hand on my bastard sword and kind of raise it up to show I'm not threat, and put the other one towards my necklace, and pull out my amethyst necklace and say, this necklace is a gift to my younger sister, probably no older than you. I haven't seen her since I left my home. It must have been 8 years ago. I was driven out by a group, and I want nothing more but to go back and see my family and make sure they're safe. And I feel horrible that I've taken your family away from you, but I still feel there's a better option here.
There's a longer pause. The baby orc, as he is so rightfully named in the Torn Order, can't understand a word you're saying, and you see jeers and like muttering out of his mouth the entire time you're trying to talk to him. However, one of the orcs behind the guard pops out, actually, has a quarterstaff. Older looking, hunched. Kind of you could see the flame reflecting his portrait, basically. He looks much older, with gray hair, long beard.
Hold on.
Not quite. Not that hunchback. Yeah. And he says, "You are... What group are you talking about?"
There's a group of clerics They call themselves the Demon Song, and I'd be talking in Orcish at this point. They call themselves the Demon Song, and I don't know your affiliation with them, but we've been actively trying to impede them at every step we can. We all presumed that you had ties with them, and that's the only reason we attacked unprovoked before. And if we were incorrect in that assumption, I humbly apologize, and I'm willing to do what it takes to smooth things over, but I don't want to fight without a cause.
If that is the case, then you must do as we say.
I would kind of hesitantly look back towards Kynan and Naeus, and just for a second, and then look back towards this sphere, towards
Kind of looking down at the ground a little bit at this point.
I think.
How am I doing on my
I think
armor?
the fear would be very visibly in my, or the fear would
think-
be very visible in my eyes at this point.
You have all your armor on.
Okay.
What do you need us to do?
Come with us. We must show you and have you talk to someone. But that means you stay in camp and we leave in the morning.
This is all in Orcish, I'm assuming, still, right?
This is common.
Common. What the hell? Can I can Kynan come to his senses a little bit, just enough to do a sense motive, just to see how genuine that is?
As far as orcs go, sure.
I don't know what I'm gonna get out of it, but I figure why not?
Yeah, I could use some assistance here.
I would. Oh, this is probably going. I'm gonna sense motive as well, but yeah.
Kynan, you
How
have an odd sense of confusion, curiosity, and what's the last word I'm looking for?
Sincerity.
Sincerity isn't the right word here, nor is earnestness.
Compassion.
Yeah,
I have no idea what you're going for.
compassion. Yeah, actually, I think might be the right word.
For for the orc that's talking.
Yeah.
He'd probably Kynan would just drop the arrow that was in his hand just on the ground at that point. Then
Shit. I guess I'd hear it hit the ground, look back, and see what you're doing, and just be like,
I think, yeah, actually, the orcs at that kind of they freak out for a second and kind of grip their weapons harder, and then look and realize what just happened. Everyone just at that one moment jumps.
tense stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I drop the arrow on the ground, and then just kind of glance at Van. Just give him a slight nod, and then just kind of look at the ground.
I think
I'll slowly put my shield on my back. If
I would still be very cautious, shaking, literally shaking. But I would sheath my sword, and as I'm sheathing it, my hand's shaking, so you can just hear it hitting the fucking sheath, you know. But I would deep breath and just kind of turn towards them and nod.
Then follow us. We will not hurt you.
Oh, slung back over the shoulder.
He
Still kind of looking at the ground, not really able to make eye contact with anyone.
We do not require your weapons. Just do not grab them.
I would not.
I show them my gauntlet, my spike gauntlet, and I unstrap it from my hand.
I think actually a couple of the orcs are they look at it and they cock their head. Curious.
And I put it away, my spike gauntlet.
They nod.
I really ignore to put my swords. So
They,
they allow me, but I would grab my raven and wrap it tightly in my scarf and just keep it close.
They say, pick up camp. The two, what? our two guardians will follow behind you as we lead you.
Kynan doesn't really give any noticeable acknowledgement, but goes along with everything.
I think I'd still be in shock. Like my body would be moving, but I wouldn't be thinking about what I'm doing. I just like be numb. But I would basically take Kynan's lead.
I would follow.
They lead you to the camp. After everything, it only takes about an hour, 2 hours. They, the older orc, who looks to be like an elder, walks into one of the huts. Says something in Orcish, asking if they can. This is what you hear, Van, asking if they can borrow the hut for the night. Offering a place in the bigger hold. They comply. They get out and they leave. Leaving. Actually, they also take all the bed stuff and all the stuff on the floor. And emotions. This is where you sleep. Do not try to leave. I assume you have food?
Yes.
Then please.
Go in.
They set you three in there. They close the covering for the hut. And now it's just you three left.
I'm just kind of staring at the wall, lost in thought.
I'm just kind of staring at the ground at my feet as I, take a seat. If there's anywhere really to take a seat.
You look around, you find some like large rocks that are probably used for that. They're just that, like maybe like a repurposed box that they use as a table. But it's pretty bare bones.
If a rock is what a chair is around here, then that's what I'll do.
I would take like the double dose. I'd take like a double dose of sleeping herbs, and
A few minutes after we get in there, Kynan would just be like, "What the fuck is going on? Like, God damn it!"
Give me one perception check.
Can't fucking win.
Fan?
Oh, I'm doing perception?
Yeah, you, because you're the only one
Okay.
who speaks Orcish.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you said Kynan.
I'll continue talking in a second.
Alright, you didn't hear it.
I just kind of sleep.
What the fuck?
Alright, well, I'm sitting on the rock, and I mean, if I happen to fall asleep while sitting on it, otherwise I'm just kind of staring at the dirt, just nervous.
What are we doing here? What did we get sent out here to do?
We were here to scout. Well, wait, is that in character?
Yes, it's in character.
Oh, well, yeah, I would have just, I'd just keep looking at the dirt, just nervous.
This is
Doesn't matter.
no.
Doesn't
This is
matter anymore.
this is no orc incursion. This is a fucking community, and God, fuck.
I would have taken like 4 doses of sleeping herbs at this point and just smashed them in with my water skin. And I would have taken like a couple big swigs and just said, if you guys are like me, you might need some of this to fall asleep. And I just kind of offer it.
I'm just
Don't.
staring at the dirt with my, hands clasped together, just not really paying attention.
I don't even reach for it. I thought we had finally found something that made sense. Who the fuck are we working for?
I have a feeling that that group of 4 that was taking orders from Ravenswood has been playing a really large part in whatever's going on. And I had my suspicions, but I guess I waited too long to act on it. We just slaughtered a family, essentially, for nothing. That's why I couldn't bring myself to fight earlier. There's no way that I could live with myself after doing something like that and still try to justify it. Like even if they take me in the morning,
It was my idea. It was my fucking idea.
it
I
wasn't-
came back and I told you what I saw, and I suggested the plan. I suggested the ambush. That's what we did. That was my idea. Kynan's just got his head in his hands. Well, his head in his left hand right now.
I would literally shove the water skin towards you and say, Kynan, we've been traveling together for longer than I can even remember at this point. I know it doesn't seem that long to you, but for someone who moves around as much as I do, staying around the same company for longer than a couple nights is a gift. No matter who decided to pull the trigger, I would have followed up on it, no matter what. It wasn't your decision to make alone. We were all there together. This isn't on you.
They kept watching and just let them go on their way. And take the water skin and take a big swig of it and then pass it back.
I created a 9 weapon and I just kind of just mess with it. Just have it constantly switching to different weapons to try and distract myself.
And at this point, I would toss the water skin towards Naeus and say, do yourself a favor. Just finish that off.
I pause as I look at it.
I would just be like, trying to get in a comfortable space to sleep.
I take a swig of the water and pass it back after taking some time just looking at it.
So I guess.
And I go back to messing with my weapon until it dissipates.
Okay. So yeah, for the two of you, Kynan and Naeus, you are not necessarily aware of the fact that basically Van takes sleeping supplements out of his water skin. And so maybe after like 10-15 minutes or so, the two of you start to get really drowsy. I don't know how effective it is for Van anymore, and if he's still awake or not, but...
Well, I upped the dosage and then drank less, so...
Yeah.
I took a pretty big swig.
I mean, I took like a fair drink, just to kind of quench thirst, but...
Imagine, like, I'd fall asleep having flashbacks of the last night that Kynan had at home, just like before he left. Worst sleep he's had in like a good couple weeks, even with the whatever is in the water skin.
I think we should end here.
Fingers.
Okay, time to get back out of the character a little bit.
Yeah.
I'll start to feel a little bit better once I'm out of character. I feel like such an asshole right now.
That was heavy. That was heavy. Oh my god.
Well,
That
if you guys have any last talks you want to do before we end the session, I mean, feel free. That's what I was trying to leave that open for.
I think I would just angrily fall asleep.
I mean, if that was sleeping medicine that Ivana gave me, I would have just kept kind of kept staring at the dirt until I passed out eventually.
Kynan's just kind of been in shock, except for a few occasional bouts of anger and like punching the ground or something, since like that orc really showed up and he put 2 and 2 together about what we did.
Yeah.
Just in shock and for the rest of the day.
All right. Well, good session, guys. I'm rubbing my hands right now. That's what this is.
The thing that's gonna like make character development easier. Orphaning a child by mistake is probably one of the things that would do that.
I've been
Jesus
thinking for a long
Christ.
time about like alignment shifting my character.
You all are doing that super hard, by the way. I just want to point that out. Like
Well,
alignment
I mean,
shifting.
It's really hard to like justify. I don't know.
No,
It's really
you're
hard to
right.
justify, at least for the time being, like my character remaining the same or having the same outlook as he did at the beginning of the session after doing the things that he's done consistently.
No.
Consistently, every time I've tried to help, it's turned out that I've just been like a murderer, essentially, or like a cold-blooded killer. Like hard to maintain the same alignment after doing stuff like that over and over and over again.
All of you felt that way, honestly.
Yeah,
In this session.
yes.
It's not just you.
Kynan has at this point Kynan has no fucking idea what's right and what's wrong in this part of the world anymore. Who are we fighting for?
I'm just trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. Like, what's happening?
The Demon Song and like Ravenswood and those people are clearly assholes, and then
They have so much influence that maybe it's like kind of affecting us more than I think.
I know.
Oh,
It's like,
never been good. And then like it's like, oh, we just have to save some innocent bystanders and all of this from an orc incursion. Simple, right? No, not fucking simple at all.
I know. I was so hyped to kill a bunch of murderous orcs, and then I turned out to be a murderous human.
Yeah, that's what we've been like. Most, I'm sure most of the people who are told about orcs, where there's these savages that just go around slaying everything, and then this happens.
I
and
fucking
this-
I fucking had a feeling near the beginning of this session that Ian, that you might pull this kind of twist on us. I had a feeling. I didn't want a metagame, so I didn't like change anything about how I approached it. But I had a feeling that was going to happen.
I appreciate it. I mean, like, if you have those doubts, though, feel free to express them in game too. Like, actually, that's a very good gut, like,
As soon
instinct
as
to
he
have.
started, like,
I mean,
as soon as
he had no.
like 15s. I was like, huh.
Kenan had reason to believe that like, the military in this area might not necessarily be trustworthy, but he didn't have any reason to think that the orcs might be the victims either until now.
My dude was mostly raised by dwarves, so it's kind of natural to like for him to dislike the orcs. But if it's like in such an unnatural situation, he's not really sure what to think.
Mhm.
This is so unusual for him to experience. He's never experienced, orcs trying to build settlement and trying to just,
Right.
live, not
Well,
just
yeah.
tear everything apart. And it's
Naeus probably also isn't used to having orcs outside, because the ones he probably encounters are all in caves, in cave dwelling.
right.
Like Kynan, like discovering that he was responsible, partially at least, for orphaning a child. That's a serious flashback to like the last big like attack thing that happened in his hometown before he left, like 5 years ago.
So, okay, let's get XP out of the way, and then we'll talk about all this. Okay.
All right.
Technically, the session will end and restart on 9/14/47. So, you guys did conquer that pack of 7. I'll give half XP for the little kid that ran away. You are at...
I don't want it.
Michael, damn it, you're out of the character now. You can accept the experience for this.
I don't
Like how
want it.
shitty it was. You're out of character right now.
This has just been so moving for Mike. Just let it be.
I'm out of the character now. Why do I have the damn experience?
But no, like out of character though. Also, I'm ahead of you guys in experience.
That is
So,
true.
In character, I wouldn't want the experience. Out of character, I don't want the experience. But also, like, I think it'd be better if you guys just split the experience between yourselves. That way, you could like catch up a little bit.
So, all in all, I'm gonna give the whole party 1,200.
Okay.
There wasn't... I mean, the combat was pretty limited. Although you guys did get briefed, and you got that whole... I'll add another 300 to it. So 1,500. And, I'm not going to give you XP for avoiding a party kill. But...
You have to continue.
Because
playing
I have a
for-
feeling you would have. If you guys had fought that.
We have to continue
Literally,
playing.
As soon as I swung, I would have got hit by 5.5 orcs. So
5.5.
I level up, by the way.
Oh! Wait,
I
then that
did
means...
I did as well.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
What's the next level after 1,500? Or 15,000.
It should be like...
I can see clearly now for 60 feet.
What's the next level?
So you know what? I'm not gonna end it on such a sad, like weird thing. I got some new.
2300. 2300.
Thanks.
All right.
What do Rangers get when they hit level 5?
I think all I get to do is see 60 feet, to be honest.
I got a lot of like really small things, but like
Get a second favorite enemy.
Ooh, that's actually really cool.
yeah.
Oh, I get to learn a second level. I get to learn an extra first level and second level spell. Other than that, I don't really get much.
It,
Next level is gonna be pretty big. I'll get my third level spells.
I don't
So
think I get third level till 7.
not to get you guys talking, but or not to bring up awful bad memories. If you have gut instincts like that, a lot of the times you can put that into your characters and not feel guilty about it. I wouldn't worry about it being metagame unless you're like, Ian, you're about to fuck with us. Like, no.
Well, I didn't get that feeling until we downed like the first 3 orcs. And I was like, something doesn't feel right. Like, this is just a little too easy.
Yeah, that's something was too easy. That I agree. Like something was too easy.
But at the
It's-
same time, I was like, but we've been rolling pretty well. You know, we're on a roll. We got a crit right off the bat. You know, we
that's about the time when in character I started to kind of wonder what we were actually doing, fighting them.
Well, I mean, those were the stat blocks for typical orcs. Like, it
But, like,
wasn't
the
that they were necessarily weak. You guys are just really strong right now.
Like the way that fight went, it was still enough to kind of be like, something's not right. Like
Yeah.
these aren't like militarily equipped orcs
I don't
that we're
think we
fighting right
should.
now.
I don't think we should have expected them to be equipped like as a
I was
military.
expecting them to be, you know,
I expect them, have at least some metal art equipment for stuff,
yeah.
but I didn't think it would just be leather.
If we had seen even one with wearing like half plate, like the guards, the guards do.
Actually, Ian, with the orcs that I would have like kind of dealt with back in my, they would have been wearing metal, right? Since they're mostly cave dwellers.
Yeah,
The ones
it's
I dealt with?
normally hide or leather or whatever they could scrounge off of dwarven dead bodies, if anything.
Hmm.
So actually,
So
it
wait.
would typically be chainmail.
Typically chainmail. So that would be different.
Get one first level spell.
Oh, nice.
I need to look at my first level and
Need to figure out what makes sense for a second favorite enemy. After that
I
session,
can tell you.
after that session, I don't want to pick orcs. Really
I mean-
don't.
I could easily tell you what a favorite enemy probably is and how much you've been thinking about it.
Yeah, go for it. If you think you could help me make a decision that makes sense.
Probably demons. For how much you've been thinking about it. You may not have been in combat with them very often, but
Or if I can do it that way, then yeah.
like at this point, like Rangers don't necessarily like it may be acquired that like you're experienced in doing these things, but there also might just be a certain passion that you have that you might go out of your way to just destroy. You know.
What is that? What is that on the like thing? Like outsider chaotic or?
No, I think it's shit. What is it called? I should stop recording. Oh wait, no, I need to make you guys feel a little bit better. Or really, I should have just played this the moment it all went down.
Maybe you just got pranked.
On.
And that's the proper end of the session.
On fire.
So, Ian, I want to make sure I understand this correctly. If it's a detect chaos / evil / good / law, it's just detect alignment spell, right?
I believe so. But alignments aren't necessarily strong auras in and of themselves. It's only when they're
Right.
certain-
I just want to understand because I know what I'm going for with this spell. I just want to make sure if detect alignment spell is, I could pick an alignment. I don't have to pick, or I can be able to choose between the 4
Oh, you can
alignments.
choose whatever one you want. Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to be sure of that because I understand what I have to do with these. My purpose. I know what I want to do with these. And I know that not all auras will be strong enough to detect an alignment. But I just want to know if being able to pick the 4 alignments, and I get a 2nd level spell. Neato. Or wait, no, is this just spells known or is it spells cast? That's a good check.
Blake, or not Blake. Jackson.
Yeah.
I want to say Outsider Evil might be the best.
Outsider Evil would be what would match up to demons.
It would be the most broad working thing.
Okay.
If that's really what you're going after at this point.
I think I'd do that and then add, like, make the bonus against humans +4.
That's
Yeah.
pretty sick.
Yeah, the bonus against humans would be, I think it's +4. Like, I think it doubles. Or it gets an additional 2. Rather, not doubles. Yeah, it gets an additional 2.
I stumbled upon a really sweet spell, and because I thought I was gonna get 3rd level spells this level, but it turns out no.
Yeah, because it's like a sorcerer.
Yeah, but I accidentally stumbled upon a pretty sick spell, and I'm like, I was gonna pick blindness, deafness, just to be like a jerk, kind of, sort of, because I don't know, because I'm a blind guy, but I'm gonna wait till I actually get the spell, and you guys are gonna be like, what? Because this spell's actually pretty insane.
Broken.
Honestly, and you know what? Let me just PM you, Ian, because you'd probably
Okay.
say it's broken.
Maybe. We'll see.
This spell is insane.
Spells.
Oh, and a recording.